Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in a building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We're going to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. So let's get into it. Let's get it popping. Let's talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. It is going down, baby. I was like, Lord have mercy. What is going on with this situation? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, it is. And Nene got all up in her feelings because, Kenya Moore wanted to take some time and some space, and she didn't respond quickly, fast, in a hurry to Nene Leakes, even though Nene said she felt like, she reached out to Kenya Moore like 8 times and she keeps getting snubbed. What else is she supposed to do? Why won't Kenya Moore forgive her or even have a conversation with her? I was like, Lord have mercy. It seems like she don't think you're genuine at all. And, Kenya Moore does not want to have that conversation. I don't know if she even want to have the conversation about their friendship, about why they're not getting along and all the things that went down between them two. I don't think she wants to get into that situation. Okay, we could talk about Mark. Okay, yep, you give me some advice. Let's move on. But then if we have to get even deeper, I can't deal with Mark and your situation at the same time. And basically, Nene feels like, she's a strong woman. She'll be able to handle both. But if the shoe was on the other feet, would Kenya feel some type of way if Nene, did what Kenya Moore did to Nene? As far as basically, I don't really want to have this conversation right now, but I don't want a fellowship at this moment. But then Kenya Moore had a little bit of a change of a halt, and because she talked to Candy and she talked to Tanya, and basically she was going to offer a peace offering of some dessert to Nene and say, you know what, let's talk about this another time. But in the meantime, in between time, Nene's feeling a certain type of way. Maybe her ego is scratched, is hurt, and maybe she feels like, damn, this is totally disrespect. This is done on purpose. And therefore, she lashed out and said what she had to say. Basically, she said, F Kenya, her bad skin. You know what? I'm going to bed. I'm going to go talk to my husband and keep my marriage intact. I was like, Lord have mercy. The shade was real, baby. I mean, the shade was going down. Hey, Blueski, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, you want to be... Oh, yeah, it's only 12:42. I just got in the house, you know what I mean? Just got in the house, finished watching the review, you know what I'm saying? The show, and so now I'm out. Kenya filed out. So, you have all that situation going on. And Cynthia basically was playing the middleman. But I think Cynthia should have talked to Kenya Moore, or basically felt out Kenya Moore before she went to Nene and tried to get Nene to share some advice with Kenya. Maybe it shouldn't have been a surprise, or she shouldn't have been caught off guard. Maybe Cynthia should have brought it up to her. And then that way, maybe, the words that Nene Leakes said towards Kenya Moore wouldn't have came out and it wouldn't have happened. But it is what it is. Cynthia thought that she was doing a good thing or whatever, basically sending Nene to go over there and comfort Kenya Moore, because it seems like Cynthia Bailey feels like Nene has a lot of experience when it comes to marriages, when it comes to a husband and divorce, getting back together and all that situation, and also living in a public eye. So, Cynthia, she thought that it would go down, was going to happen. Oh, no, it didn't. But it seemed like Kenya Moore was going to be susceptible to it, but Nene felt hurt. Like, we can't take that away that she felt hurt. April Morgan, Kenya Moore gets it said, just thank you. She was on her feelings. So, if there was a little bit more time, together, then maybe something could have, just went through, or something could have happened where, basically if they was able to actually sit down and talk about the situation, about, Nene offering her apology, but, Nene wanted to take it a step further, basically talk about why they ain't friends and stuff like that. They would have kept it strictly on Mark, but, she didn't even want to call him to, Grease or whatever, because, she felt like all the ladies or a will backstab her and laugh in your face. Basically, they laughing and grinning in her face, but stabbing her in her back. And only 2 people that she got is, Candy Burris and Cynthia Bailey. So I understand that situation when you feel like, especially if you're working at a job and you get reprimanded by your, supervisor or the boss or whatever, and the people that, at your job know that you got reprimanded or whatever, and you don't get along with them, they're sneaking in there laughing, then they're going to try to come over and say, hey, how you doing? So I can understand that, because you don't want your enemies to see you down. If people are shady like that, they'll lock the door on you and basically run down the stairs and open the door for you and be out, I didn't know the door was locked, when they know that they locked it. Basically want to see you struggle with your bags. Kenya, we're just trying to start some trouble, and Candy is fake. Blueski, April, Blueski, Cynthia ain't real friends either. Accent all about all kinds of wine. I know that's gonna come, next episode. German River. I feel bad for Kenya, not boo who. No one feels bad for you, Lord. Hey D, Cynthia is a flip flop. Exactly, German. Lord have mercy. So I was just like, so it basically put Cynthia kind of like put Nene out there, like, and I think, and I'm assuming that maybe Nene thought that, maybe she had some type of sign from Kenya Moore that this just wasn't going to be some type of ambush or whatever. I was like, Lord, hey Pamela, what's going on? Blueski, exactly, Jimmy, Gemini. Hey, good morning to you, Pamela. Anytime, Mark. That abusive, she needs to get out. Anytime you got to Uber saying, I know, Uber, yo, what's crazy that you brought that up too as well. The Uber situation, I was just like, damn, people really think Uber drivers don't exist. I have a lot of friends that are Uber drivers. One of the moderators is an Uber driver. And so, not you, Pamela, but one of them. And my friend's an Uber driver. People just get in the Uber, talk about all their business, talk about all types of crazy shit. It's just like the Uber driver don't even exist. I be like, Lord, what's good? I mean, the conversations they be having and they be talking. So now the shit done hit the fan that, Kenya Moore, Mark Daly are getting a divorce or whatever the case may be. But if you ask Nene Leakes, she don't believe that they all together or they are legally married. So it is what it is. You have Eva, she's reading the blogs, and then you have Nene Leakes, she's reading the blogs, and she's talking to Milo Hampton, and basically, Milo Hampton was like, damn, it's been less than 14 hours since the event, and they're already talking about a divorce. That's what I'm saying, less than 14 hours, what really went down with that situation, because we must did not see everything that went down over there at that charity event, because, baby, like, right after that, he get in the Uber, and he started wilding out, like, something really happened, something was going on where he was ticked off and pissed off, and basically he was ready to jump through something. He was pissed. Like, he wasn't worried about his reputation or anything when he was up in that Uber core, baby. He was talking plenty of shit. He was talking cash money shit, baby. So we have Nene Leakes. She's on the phone with Marlo, and basically Marlo wants to find out what's going on. They talked about Kenya Moore dress, whether it was real or fake. Dolce. I was like, damn, the lady just is about to get a divorce. It's all on the blogs. You guys are talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. There's 1,000 videos and 1,000 things on Instagram and Twitter and everything else. You guys are talking about what she had on. Was her dress real or fake? Was it vintage? I was like, damn, what are they doing? Baby, why do people think they can't force people to forgive others under their terms and not on other terms? Because when you feel like you ready, you want the other person to be ready. And in that case, that person might not be ready. Because there's plenty of times that I was ready to apologize and get on a good feet. I done prayed about it. I done thought about it. I done danced about it. I done sang about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. So now I'm ready to talk to you. And then you shut me down. And I'd be like, damn, man, this was supposed to be magical. You're supposed to take my forgiveness. But, shit happens. You be thinking that they're on the same page because you've been hopping and you've been thinking about it all day. But they have, they basically have you farther from their mind. Baby. Okay, April Morgan. That girl named, why is Eva still on the show? I don't even know. She can go now, baby. Her service is no longer needed. I'm saying just joking around or whatever. I don't want nobody to see nobody lose their job. Lady B, feel so sorry for Kenya. She has been through a lot. She didn't deserve Mark disrespect. That mother... Lord have mercy. That's why he got rats and roaches. Lord have mercy, Blueski. Stop feeling sorry for her. She said, everybody's entitled in this chat to have your own opinion because I don't have a favorite on the show. I ain't on nobody's side. I'm not team this person. Hey, what's up, Tony? Tony's in the building, baby. How you doing? And so, basically now they're talking about Kenya Moore's, dress, basically whether it was real or fake. I was like, Lord have mercy. They're talking about her divorce, talking about whether her dress was real or fake at the event. I was like, Lord, and then you got, Nene Leakes talking about she don't, they're getting divorced. That's the tea out here, whatever. But I don't know if they're really legally married. And that's the age-old question that everybody, keeps throwing around whether Kenya Moore or Mark Daly are married or not. It is what it is. If they married, they married. If they not, they not. They got a baby. And basically they're trying to work the situation out. It is what it is. And so I was like, Nene, why you gotta go there and say that? But Nene's been very vocal about that situation, because that's been something that's on top of the blogs, is whether her marriage is still legal. You know, back in the day when they first got together and they got married. So they're talking about her dress. And basically, you know, Miss Marlo Hampton wants to know what's up. So she gonna call Candy and see if she can get the information. See if she can see if the story is true on the blogs. But Candy done blocked her. And Candy says she doesn't care about who coming after her and saying she's defending, you know, Kenya Moore. She said Kenya Moore is capable of defending her own self and doing her own thing. But when she sees some shit that she don't like, she gonna speak up on it. She gonna talk on it. So it is what it is. We already know that Candy and, you know, Kenya Moore are tight. They're thick as thieves right now. She ain't tight with anybody else like that on the cast other than like Cynthia or whatever. So it is what it is. Good morning to you, Lady B. Good morning. From Amsterdam's in the building. You got that good stuff out there in Amsterdam. Tony, Kenya needs to be done with Mark. She needs to be done. She needs to be finished. She should have already got that divorce when it comes to that situation. But you know what? First time marriage, first time baby. You don't want it to end. And then on top of that, you got so many people that want to see you fail. Sometimes you try to put more effort into it. Sometimes you think about what people think. And sometimes you think about the baby. And so we understand, you know, they even bring it up in the episode that she's probably still with Marcus because, you know, she wants to, you know, have that idea of fairy tale. Like Cynthia Bailey said, that fairy tale is gone. It done shipped and sailed and it has disappeared. It ain't nowhere around. Hey, Tia, what's going on, baby? How you doing? It's good to see you. Hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? Joy, baby. Women's Day, I dedicate it to Kenya. Yeah, happy Women's Day to all the women out there, my peeps, my peoples. Yes, it is Women's Day. That's why we was out here in these streets. No, sir. Women's Day, I dedicated it to Kenya for being strong, because if it was anything of them, they would be flipping tables and acting a fool themselves. I feel you. Pamela Carter. Hey, Tony. Hey, everyone. Hey, what's up, baby? Tia, Candy Burris, if you don't care, then why are you talking about it if you don't care, thinking about it? Yeah, she done gave us a whole video talking about she don't care what people say, because people are bringing it up to her saying basically she's not being fair, blasting the third, and, you know, and she's not calling Kenya Moore out. People are saying that to her, but she gonna do what the hell she gonna do. You gonna roll with your girl, but like, if you don't care, why you bring it up? So Tia, excellent point. J Mac, hello Mary Jane, you are sounding, I know, I feel a lot better, baby girl, let me tell you. J Mac, good to see you. Hey sis, Tia, Mark, I know, like Mark is out here, Mark is a whole, Mark, I don't know what Mark is doing out here in these streets. Kenya fell in love with a dream. She fell in love with a story, a dream, or whatever. I don't know what Mark did to get her all wrapped up, because this mother sucker got other females calling him up and hitting him up, and he think that shit is all good. And then Kenya sees the text message. She talks to the woman. The woman lives in New York. They are separated half the time. So you already know Mark was out there doing that, dipping and dapping it, allegedly, baby. Like, Candy Burris is not fair at all. We all know that she should have told her homegirl, don't do that with Tanya. That's messed up. You should never bring another woman on the outside into your secret, you know, bond or your secret lady things, because you know what, that opens up the door for more women to try to get in and try to get on clout chases and stuff to attack your marriage. And you already got people that's already trying to attack your marriage and trying to find anything negative about your marriage and trying to, you know, basically break a story on the situation. So when you bring an outsider in, you know, but Tanya Sams forgives Kenya Moore. They're cool, as you can see on the show. They're cool right now. And now Tanya Sams says she understands why Kenya Moore did what she doing, because of Mark and everything that he's been doing. I was like, Lord have mercy, this dude has been out here doing the damn thing. He's been dogging her out, not appreciating her. And I don't know how their relationship is. Maybe one day Mark might speak and tell us what he feels about the situation, or what really happened, what's really going on, because basically everybody's pointing the finger. You know, some people are blaming Kenya Moore, saying that she can't keep a man, and that's like the, you know, the theme of people or whatever. But sometimes people can put on a mask and they can hide it for so long, but after a while they can't hide it. But a real corn artist can hide it. Hey Jane Doe, how you doing? They always saying someone cheated. Open up the door for hearsay, you know. And so, you know, we're gonna have women coming out the closet. Jane don't why are texting the other woman? I don't know why he's texting other women that he used to sleep with, and she wanted to still keep the penis going even though he was married, because she don't care. She's getting what she's getting from the situation. So therefore, like, the side piece don't care about the main piece. Like, cause if they had any fraction, if they cared, or they felt like they was doing something wrong, they wouldn't have been doing it in the first place. They would have been like, baby, I can't be second best. But I guess there's a shortage out here. I guess Mark is a wild freak because, he was talking about he can handle it in bed. He's a wild freak. Okay, Tia, if a man cheat on me, I am not going to bring another woman to try to run up with another woman's relationship. I don't do that stuff. Hell no, because you can get shit in real life. You could be 6 feet under. I don't do stuff like that. Plus, you never know what somebody is going through, because sometimes when people break up, you never know what's going on and what's going to happen to the person. Exactly. So, yeah, the situation is terrible. So, basically, you got Nene Leakes talking to Marlo Hampton, and it is what it is. They're talking about, Kenya Moore's attire, whether it was real, whether it was fake. We have Cynthia Bailey and Kandi Burruss meeting up and having a conversation. So, it seems like Kenya Moore let the ladies know what was up and what was going on before it hit the blog. So, she told Cynthia. Cynthia said the shit that Kenya told her, she would have left. She would have been gone. She would have been out the door. She would have been Molly whopping somewhere up the street. She would have been crawling, walking, anything. She would have jumped in an Uber XL. She would have jumped in anything to get away from Mark. She said, I can't believe it. Maybe it's because the baby. And Kandi Burruss is like, yeah, because that fight after that they had at, the charity event was off the chain. It was serious. I don't know if it's my business to be telling, but I'm telling. Come on, Kandi. That's what Kandi said. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Oh, yeah, I know, T, and that's the worst. Oh, that's the worst when that situation happens. Oh, Lord, Kenya was much stronger when she was crazy ass Mark, because she didn't have the baby. Now, the baby's a whole different story, because she wants the baby to have a different upbringing, basically have the mother and the father. She wants that for baby Brooklyn. I think it's going to be there, because she also says that Mark Daly is a good father. And we can see that he's a good father, but he can't be too much of a good father if he's dogging out the mother, because if the mother hurts, the baby knows. Baby knows. The baby knows. Children know what's going on with adults. Children know when adults are not feeling good. So anyways, moving on from that situation, so they're meeting up to go to, Kenya Moore's house, and she was like, basically, Kandi was like, yeah, the situation was terrible that went down between Mark and Kenya Moore. They had a serious fight. And so basically, Kandi was like, I don't know what's really going on. This shit is crazy. Like, they really had a serious situation. They had a biggie. And so it's going to be what it's going to be with this situation. Now they're going to, just check on Kenya, and Kenya, basically, she's feeling a certain type of way. She opens up and she lets the ladies know that the relationship between her and Mark is like basically going downhill. Like, he was yelling at her, screaming at her, but he was doing it underneath his breath when they was at the event. So basically, somebody be like, duh, duh, duh. Your parents said, stop that right now. So he might have been talking to her like that, like she's a pet, like she's a dog, like she's a child, like she don't have a brain, like she didn't help him put this event together. When we know about your restaurant, baby, we seen the reports. So anyways, you couldn't have thrown a good event. Let me stop. I'm getting tired of the whole room situation. Somebody brought up another Housewife franchise when they were on the trip. The phones, no complaining about the rooms. I know. They got better rooms than, homeless people. So, but you would think like, the show's been on for so long that they can't all get decent rooms. Children definitely feel the negativity energy, especially coming from both parents. Amen to that. A, for real. When Tanya did her trip, everybody got nice rooms. They did. Is the report true? Well, from what I'm getting, it is true. It's coming straight from the health department. Some stories has been cut up about it, but it's coming from the health department. Then there's other stories that saying that it's not true. But shit, like, man, I don't even like to eat out, because of certain things. Now, I ain't got rats and roaches at home, and no damn way I'm gonna go eat some food that got rats and roaches. Like, come on. Like, you gotta go. Like, we need Chef Ramsay. Chef Ramsay, go check it out and tell me what's good. For real. So we got Kenya Moore, and basically she's telling her tale about like how Mark was treating her at the event, and basically he said that he wished that she wasn't even there. And I was like, damn. He said, Kenya Moore was trying to basically, take Nene off the list, Marlo off the list or whatever, not knowing that really, her husband did not want her on the list, period, point blank. It seems like he was hoping that she would X herself out the list and invite the other couples to come and let her be at home. Like, what did she do that was so wrong that he felt embarrassed? Like, come on. Maybe it was too much pressure. What did she do so wrong that, he was yelling and screaming? Because, was it because of the Marlo situation? She felt a certain type of way. He didn't acknowledge her, or were people looking at Mark and his behavior and basically saying he's effed up? Because it looked like Michael Sterling was looking at Mark like, this guy's a whack job. That's the way to me how Michael Sterling was looking at Mark, especially when Kenya Moore tried to come up to him and said, we need to greet the guests and thank them for coming, and he instantly turned around and act like he didn't even talk to Kenya Moore. And then Michael Sterling was standing right there, and he put that grin, that sinister grin, like, damn, on his face. So I'm like, I don't know if he cheated. She didn't say he cheated. She just said that, he was on a phone with a woman, and basically it was a woman that he used to have sexual relations with, and he didn't want to let her go. And she didn't want to let him go, and he was still talking to her. You don't do that when you married. So yes, I'm assuming that you can call that cheating. You can call that, disrespect to the fullest. So Kenya was basically saying that she really had a serious fight. She had a fight with Mark, and basically they got into the Uber. He was yelling and he was screaming, and she said that Cynthia Bailey was like, was you scared? She was like, he was really close to me, was really close to each other, face to face, and the shit was kind of, scary to her. And Cynthia was like, are you ready to leave? And she was like, I don't know. So basically she don't even know if she's ready to leave yet, because she still want to work on it, because, she wants her family to succeed too as well. And plus she knows the people are going to say, oh, I told you so, I knew this, I knew that. So basically you have all that behind you too as well, and then dealing with the relationship and what you're going through, and then knowing that some people are going to be cheering on that your marriage is failing and point the finger at you and say that you are the worst person. It's your fault. And so now she's going to have to face all that, and she is facing it, and she's doing a hell of a job with it. What she did was marry the damn fool. Pamela called her. Mark didn't thank her. He didn't thank her at all. Even, Cynthia Bailey's, fiance thanked her. I was like, damn, the guys were looking at him like there was something not right. Mike Hill was looking at him, especially watching his behavior when they both came to the event at the same time, and Mark just walked past him. And then also he was peeping game. He was peeping shit. And Mike Hill, he also, did an interview talking about this whole situation. So I'm like, Real Housewives drama playlist. What she did was marry him to you. It was drama that night. Yes, it was. Kenya Moore wanted to be married. She wanted a family. She wanted a baby. She wanted the love that she never got from her mother. Amen. D Jones, hey, what's up? How you doing, baby? What's going on? April Morgan, what about the other episode when Kim Ward is going to go after, she's going after Cynthia from the next episode. That's what, that's what they're showing to her. That's what it looks like. And it seems like, Portia's going to stand up and say something, and it seems like Tanya Sams, but Cynthia Bailey is not going to feel that way. She's going to say, oh, she was just only playing, it's not real. But basically, you already know how Cynthia is. Cynthia ain't trying to create no extra drama with nobody on the show that is popping. She's just trying to get in where she fit in and make sure that her storyline connects to everybody else, and she get whore happily ever after when it comes to Mike Hill. So she's not going to take it that way. She's going to take it as, that's just my girl doing it to me. That's the way she looked like she going to take it. So, Kenya Moore is basically talking about she was in an abusive relationship, and, it was bad then, and now having this is just too much. And basically, Cynthia Bailey was like, can you accept this? She accepted so much. They're looking at her like, he wished that you wasn't even there. He was yelling and screaming at you, and the Uber driver kicked him out. And then that's when Kenya Moore said that she told Mark that he cannot come here. So I guess that's when he went to his publicist and his people and was like, I don't want to be married no more. And so basically Kenya Moore was like, her hands was forced by Mark Daly because, she had to issue a statement about the divorce. Basically, she had to, put the statement out there because she didn't want him to come back to the house. I was like, that one fight, that one charity event just destroyed everything. Sometimes shit like happens like that where, I guess he walked away and he felt like she didn't invite me back to the house. He's yelling and he's screaming at her in front of somebody. So luckily it wasn't in the house because you never know what could have happened. So basically Kenya Moore didn't want it to announce to the world that, she's getting a divorce or any. She wasn't going to say anything about it. I guess she was going to keep it on the low. But Mark Daly was like, nah, I'm getting a divorce. I don't know why he wanted everybody to know, because he wanted everybody to know that he wasn't with her no more. And plus, if he got a little boo thing in New York, now she knows for good that he ain't dipping and dapping back in the situation. Because then Kenya Moore talked about, she went through his phone and this woman was talking about that she wanted to continue to have sex with him because she didn't want to let it go even though that he was married. So Kenya Moore picked up the phone, baby. The wife picked up the phone and called her and say, hey, you want to take this off a speakerphone because I don't think you want to hear. This is Mrs. Mark Daly. And you know what? You need to stay away from my husband, Blase in the third, and telling the woman that you better be gone. Like, this is my relationship. If you got to do that already in your marriage, that's a whole lot going on. First, you're not getting along. You're living in separate states. You got that situation going on. So basically, he got needs, she got needs too as well. And maybe she's able to hold her needs more because she got the baby. She has a whole lot of responsibilities to do as well by raising her daughter Brooklyn as a single mother. While Marcus in New York handling his business, there is Pujana. There's Punani going all the way around the place too as well. And plus, if he's not so happy with Kenya Moore as a human being, it's easy for him to do that. And then plus, he leaves his phone around. His phone ain't locked. He know he wanted her to find the situation. He know he wanted her to find the information. And how would he feel if the shoe was on the other feet and somebody from Kenya Moore's past was saying that he still wanted to hook up and they're still talking, even though Kenya Moore, expressed that she wanted their friendship to end or whatever. It's supposed to, and you can't be doing all that, especially when your marriage is already shaky. Like, you need that trust, you need that foundation, and you don't have that because they're not living together. Now that's crazy for Kenya Moore to be married for the first time, have this babe, have her baby Brooklyn, the Angel, and they ain't even living in the same state. That's already a sign like, damn, she's in Atlanta, he's in New York, come on, they can live together. It's not like one lives across the world. You know what I'm saying? This shit is just crazy. I'm like, Lord, hey Candy girl, how you doing? Tony Mark is a disgrace to you. I never get why they got married and they didn't even live in the same state. He lives in the yard. He did not want to move to Atlanta. She lives in Atlanta. I know how they going to, there got to be some type of compromise. There's not even a compromise there. Candy girl, what's up? How you doing? Very nice to see you too, my friend. Hey, I bet this is the lie that Kenya was referring to when she was talking to Cynthia. I guess, some people feeling like Bravo made the storyline because some people were saying when this happened like 6 months ago, she got caught with her wedding ring on. Her wedding ring was off. So there's a lot of people that don't believe her. There's a lot of people that do believe her. It's just like, but one thing is for sure, she gonna try to embarrass herself on TV about this man being with another woman or whatever, because you already know they're gonna start throwing stones and be like, oh, he's already dipping out on you, and you guys haven't even been married for full 2 years. Now they're going on 3.5 years, I guess, with the situation. But Mark Daly is the one that wanted to put out to the blogs that they ain't together no more, that it's over and done with. So I was just like, shit, he was feeling a certain type of way. That event must have really pissed him off because he wasn't, something must have went down where he was just like, I can't do this. So yep, he was the first one basically, to say that he wanted it to be over. I was like, shit. What really went down at the event where he was just like, when Marlo Hampton said less than 14 hours they're filing for divorce, I was like, he must have been too through. He must have felt embarrassed. He might have felt used. He might have felt played. I don't know what happened because we don't know with production, with the cameras, and what type of drama was trying to be created while they were filming. And maybe he was just like, I can't be a part of this. I tried to be a part of this shit, but I can't. April Morgan, love you. Love your show. Watch it every. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Candy girl, but Mary Jane, remember, Kenya has a way of twisting facts. He and all her past men have treated her poorly. So that happens too as well. You never know. Sometimes you can get a string of bad mother suckers ooh, I don't know if I had a string of bad people. I don't know. I don't think so. So yeah, but we already know about the Matt Jordan. He's been charged. He done sucker punched a woman. He done did a whole lot. So with that situation. But she never said that he hit her, but she always talking about therapy, and she said he came really close, like they was really close to each other, and it was just really verbal. And that's crazy, like when you get to that moment where you're yelling, you're screaming at each other like that, and where you don't know if the other person's temperature is going to go really high and try to hit you or whatever. But luckily that didn't happen, and it was so bad the Uber driver said, get out. The Uber driver was trying to get their money, make sure they get their 4 stars, and you're gonna play around. It must have been terrible for the Uber driver to say to get the hell out. It must have been terrible. So we have that situation, and then Mark Daly basically called his people, and his people called, Kenya Moore, and basically to let her know that let's get it on and popping. Like this shit gonna have to end. And so basically she was like, yo, he forced my hand, because she didn't want to reveal it. She didn't want to tell the world that, you know what I mean? And she said he seemed so very irritated. He was irritated probably because he might have felt the event was rushed. I don't know why he was just so irritated. It's like, damn, you think he would be happy he's doing a good cause, someone's really helping him out and supporting him, and it's going to be filmed, it's going to reach so many different people. You think he would be satisfied, but no, lo and behold, he was not satisfied at all. Something went on, baby. Candy Girl, I don't think Mark is being treated fairly. She's painting him like an abuser. And it seems like that is some of the things that we see that he's doing. We could be like, come on, like you're doing way too much. And like it's too much that he is doing, but we also got to think about the editing too as well. And it also seemed like he wanted to create peace on the show too as well. But there's just some moves in the way that he maneuvers things and he acts that makes you wonder if he's actually playing with a full deck sometimes. Because you just be like, why would you even put like this type of stuff out here, on TV? But I feel you, Candy Girl. I feel what you're saying too as well. So it's always two sides to a story. He didn't even want her there. I know, D Jones. Like, damn, just Tia, I do not Kenya innocent. I think that's why it's on TV. I understand what you're saying too as well. There's always two sides to the story, and the truth. J Mac, he is verbally and mentally abusive. That's no lie. And that's what is displayed on TV. Like when you just take him out, you don't even see like, if you my husband, if I'm right or wrong, correct me when I'm home, but don't side with the people that I've been having problems with, and I feel like they are my arch enemy. Because if I tell a man that I think that, this woman is threatening and she's all up in my face or whatever, he was like, oh, I got your back. Who we need to bring to this situation. Basically, I'm going to keep an eye on that for her. But, and then on top of that, maybe she didn't really want to fight you. That's what Mark is basically saying. Not like he tried to console her, like, I'm going to be there to protect you. And then she ended up getting security. Jane Doe, I think she wanted to put it out there that he's to blame for their breakup. And when it comes to reality couples, the first one that gets to tell the story is the person that they believe. Just like the first person that's the story out there, everybody tends to flock and think that, you got everything, right. So, and everything else is secondhand. So, no one wants to be to blame, especially Kenya Moore, knowing that she do have naysayers and people that don't like her, tons, that are, that watch the show, and then having the girls come out, she don't want to be blamed. Nobody wants to be blamed for their relationship, disintegrating, unless, you're going to be honest about it. Like, yeah, I play some part in it. Shit, I know I done play some part in some of my relationships where it was definitely my fault while we ain't together. Jane Doe, I think she wanted to put, I got you. I feel you, Jane Doe. Tia, she's in her 40s, right? Her late 40s, and she got a lot of bad dudes. I don't know if all of them are bad. I think it's her. You never know. Like, you never know. And sometimes some people pick, they end up picking bad people. And sometimes they pick people that they're not compatible with, because a lot of people think that they can change people. That's number one. And I only know of, Matt Jordan being like the worst. And then, the car guy that, told cars, basically he said something else. about the situation. But you can see that she really wanted this to work because she is in her 40s. She's trying, and she wanted to have, a baby, basically give birth to a baby too as well. And then, the clock is ticking for some people, and some people feel like the clock is ticking. And sometimes people put pressure on you when you're a certain age and you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, people point the finger at you. So she might have, like she said that, she did not pay attention to the red flags. Sometimes you don't pay attention to the red flags. You know why? Because you in love, baby. You wanted to work, and you're like, no, they wouldn't do that to hurt me. I love this person so much. I have been naive and Eve like that. Oh, what do I see? I see underwears in the core. Oh, they might be mine. No, and damn well they ain't mine. And you don't want to believe it. Oh, I see a hotel key. Oh no, that's my boy's key. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to believe it because you believe that they're being so honest. And then especially when when they display these behaviors and they tell you how much they're doing this and they're showing you what they're doing, and they're such a good man when it comes to everything else. But then they be out there dipping and dapping, you know what I mean? And then shit, I'm not the one, baby. You can go over there and chill with, what's her name? I can't even think of Will Smith, Jada Pinkett, you could and Tiny, y'all can do, they got the forgiving heart, baby. They be forgiven. She's in, okay, Tassie A. I also definitely think Mark was abusive in this marriage. I say that because of the way Kenya behaves when he's around. She walks on an eggshell, and that's a clear sign when you walk on eggshells. And then, I totally agree with what you're saying with that situation. But then on the other side, people will say, oh, she's walking on eggshells just because, she pretended like she was such a good person with Mark, and now she's around in her element with her, co-workers. She's trying to keep on that behavior, and she fooled him. So, like, you can't win from losing. So basically, you just tell the truth and let the people pick up what they want from it, and you just keep moving because you ain't gonna win the battle. There's always gonna be somebody that's going to question the situation. Where was I? Most women have been in situations like this, changing them to be alcoholics, or sometimes, yep, exactly. Yep, she's leaving, she's going. Well, we don't know what's going. All we know now is that she, dropped, his name from her last name on her social media accounts. But they're still going to be, talking to each other because they got a co-parent. So who knows what's going to work. And Mark does hate the drama. You're right, Tia, with that. I was in an abusive relationship, and it is definitely a scary situation. Oh, yes, it is. Like, I don't want nobody to put their hands on me. I don't want to have to put my hands on nobody else either. Like, I don't want none of that because, listen, I was taught how to defend myself, and I don't want to hurt anybody that I love, and I don't want anybody that I love to try to hurt me. So, baby, go get some help. Now if you putting your hands on me, there's no help. I'm just ghost. See you later. And if you yelling, screaming at me, and verbally abusing me, you're ghost. If you don't go get help, and I don't know, I just can't deal with shit like that because I'm going to treat you the way that I want to be treated. And if you got issues, you need to go work on it immediately. One time is a warning. After that, they ain't nothing else. Like, we can't, life is too short to be, seeming like you in prison in a relationship. Hell no, it's time to move on. Talk about me all you want. Say I'm this, say I'm that. But I'm free, baby. I'm free. For real. I'm free. Like, so let me get back to, so Kenya Moore explains that situation to everybody. So they end up, they're ready to go to Greece, and Candy's basically telling the ladies, Kenya Moore, she might be coming, she might not be coming, but you guys need to keep it quiet. You need to keep it on a low, and not to bring up the situation about her marriage. And I was like, Candy, you can't ask nobody to do that, because on no reality TV show has that ever worked, and will it ever gonna work. They're gonna ask questions, whether it's good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. They're all getting paid, and you're all being filmed, and you all are working. But even though you're working in luxurious environments, like, first class with the bed, food in the whole 9 yards, and Marlo was like, listen, I ain't here for the shits. I could say what I want to say. I need to ask them I need my questions answered. And Marlo was like, I was trying to hit you up, Candy. What happened? And so Candy was like, I'm not giving you no gossip or anything else like that. So Candy's basically telling Marlo's trying to gloat in Kenya Moore's, demise of her relationship. And she wasn't going to try to give her no information. And it is what it is. And then we get to see, Kenya Moore, she comes through, so she actually does show up. But Nene Leakes says, to Candy, like, no, she should have thought about what she did to Tanya Sams and bringing another woman around. And that situation, now look at her. She's getting a divorce. So basically, Nene Leakes is throwing shade at the situation, like, oh, you were so busy trying to worry about what Tanya Sams, fiance Paul was doing, but you should have been worrying about what was going on between you and Mark. So basically, Nene Leakes was throwing shade at the situation, and Kenya Moore said, I had to come through regardless of, no matter what. I had to just, I had to do the damn thing and come through and do the trip because she got paid and she's on the contract. And it ain't no sense of staying home in the house with baby Brooklyn when you could be out there in Greece having a good damn time and a good experience, but you're gonna have to deal with some shit that do go left. And yes, it does go left. And Portia just happy to be there, happy to have a baby, just happy that ain't nobody talking about Dennis and his dang-a-lang and his lang-a-lang, all the way around the place. So the ladies are not fighting over room, but they gotta do challenges for room. Like, come on, they are too grown for this shit to be doing challenges for rooms. Carla, hey, what's up? Can you use tricks? Lord have mercy. Hey, Alicia, what's up? What's going on, Alicia? Walking on eggshell is a definitely sign of abuse. Amen to that. It is. Like, walking because you scared that they gonna come at you and shit like that. So, like, could you imagine? Oh, could you imagine, like, walking on eggshell? Like your partner is supposed to be the person that you love and you go to, you have a good time, you can express things, you can talk. Maybe he might not, or she might not tell you what you want to hear, but to be walking out on eggshells and stuff like that ain't no way to live. That ain't no way to be. And Kenya Moore done came too far in life and done been so successful in so many different things where why would you even deal with this situation? Because, let him go. But it's so easy to say let him go, but when you're a public figure in a public eye and everybody's just pointing their fingers at you, that shit is hard. This shit ain't easy. It ain't easy when everybody in your family know what's going on. Then imagine the whole world, and then basically they jump on your Instagram and tell you how they feel. Tia Wilson, we need Mary Jane to interview all Kenya Moore exes. I would interview, what's his name, Matt Jordan for a 4. He would have to be in another state, baby. And then I would have to have a bodyguard on the other end of the phone. Kenya should not have done that to Tanya. That shouldn't have happened. But like Kenya Moore said, that she was, shooting bullets and basically Paul got shot. Paul was an attention target because it was about him. So, basically she was, doing her shade, doing the damn thing. But then, you know what? Now she's in this situation and it's crazy. Who can? So now she's in and this situation, and so now it's a terrible thing to be in that type of situation with your man, your husband. I don't care. Some people say that she paid him and all this other stuff. I don't know. I ain't there or whatever. But if I paid you, you're supposed to act a certain type of way. Like, like what's going on with this situation? If I paid you, you're supposed to be doing good services, not acting up and not talking about you don't never want to be filmed again. And somebody asks you if you happy to be married, on that train or whatever, and you talk about no, like that's the situation. So every marriage is not perfect, but it clearly sees that there's a lack of love and respect in this marriage, and that's just a lack of caring as a human being. But she did say Mark did apologize to her, after that Uber, situation, or he apologized for having that woman on the phone or something like that. Like, that shit right there is crazy, that he has a woman on the phone talking about, she still want to have sex with him and stuff like that. That is so disrespectful, so low down. He should have basically deleted that number. That number should have been blocked, and he should have let her know and everything else like that. Like, not only if you're not supportive of me and my role on my job and, against my enemies, because my enemies are supposed to be your enemies. We are one. We are a couple. We're supposed to have the same brain, the same heart. But, not really, but, you know what I'm saying? He was just like, then he's out there dipping and dabbing, got women texting him up, knowing that Kenya Moore is begging for affection and attention and want to spend some alone time with him, and he don't want to spend no alone time with her unless baby Brooklyn is there. Like, there's a whole lot going on that he is just basically checked out. Has been checked out, and he's ready to check out of all the situation when it comes to the media. He's ready to check out. You think he liked apologizing about what went down? So it must have been so much more that went down at that charity event that we didn't even get to see, because he apologized to the event people. He didn't apologize to Kenya and public. He apologized to the organization and everything else like that, but not to her. So it must have been something that really went down that was really crazy, and I'm surprised they can keep that shit under wrap. So Portia jumps in the pool to get a room, and she ends up taking Tanya's room. Cynthia's gonna be washing dishes. Nene Leakes, she took off her makeup and her lashes, so it is what it is. Cynthia Bailey's washing all them dishes. I was like, Lord have mercy. I hope you don't have to wash the pots and the pans. And so then we have the situation where Cynthia, she sits down, and she comes to, Nene basically saying, I think you should talk to, Kenya, reach out to her because you've been through this situation, blase and the third. I think, you got a golden nugget. You got a golden nugget. Like, you are so smart. Like, you've been through this up and down. I think she can really use your help. I was like, Cynthia, I think you could really need to go over there and ask Kenya more if it's okay, because now, Nene Leakes thinking that, she's helping you out too as well, because you were Kenya Moore's friend and you and her are friends and cool and sharing the same type of, room, sharing the same bathroom. But it seems like you're giving her false hope that Kenya Moore is going to be susceptible to it or even wants to talk about it. If anything, you should already know that maybe this ain't the right time and it's gonna go left. Oh, good night, Alicia. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Or good night, Jane Doe. Good night. Okay, good night, Jane Doe. All in my room. Good night, Meriden. Good night to all in the room. Thank you so much, Jane Doe. Hey, I heard that Matt's crazy as that somebody pregnant and has a baby on the way. Lord have mercy. Poor. I see Christina the DeBodge is engaged. Oh, she is. Oh, that's nice. I wonder. Oh, is she engaged to her manager, Adonis? Is she engaged to Adonis? Ellis. Hey, Mary. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Tia? She did win Candy Girl. Tia Wilson. Mary Jane interviewed Sam growing up hip hop. Yeah, I interviewed him, his father, and his roommate. What if one of the ladies bring that Mark was texting to Kenya Moore? How do you think she would feel? Oh Lord, she would feel crazy. That shit is crazy. So, anyways, I know, like, that shit is like a dagger in the heart when you see the person that you love actually communicating with another woman and it's about sex. So, like, the friendship is one thing if you're cool, whatever, but you know that they crossed that line. That's a dagger to the heart, baby. That shit hurts hard, especially if you love her. And I think Kenya Moore wanted this marriage to work because she didn't even want to announce that they're getting a divorce. She just wanted him to go to counseling, and he's not feeling that situation. He was up quick, fast, in a hurry. Like, they didn't even live together for him to just be like, I don't want this relationship. And so Cynthia Bailey basically goes over there and pumps Nene up that, maybe something can happen. So anyways, the ladies getting down. They getting ready to have dinner and everything. All the ladies look nice. I don't know what Candy had on. Her dress looked a little weird. And but other than that, everything was like cool. All the ladies dressed. They look very nice. They had it going on. And so then we have Marlo Hampton. She wants to know what's going on with Kenya Moore. Where is she? Is she going to jump out in the pool? Basically saying all the shit that, Kenya Moore is going through. Is she going to lose it? Is she going to jump off the deep end? Like, what's going on? And so basically Candy was like, you'll find out when you need to find out. So Kenya Moore, she comes down and she sit next to them. Nene asks her how do she still got her 2 dogs. Kenya Moore's like, what? Huh? Oh, yes, I do. But, it's kind of difficult because I have the baby now. It was like Kenya Moore was surprised that Nene even said something to her. And then on top of that, she had to ask her again to make sure it wasn't shade. So she was like, oh. So I think she's feeling like the heat at this moment, at this time. But it just seems like, Kenya Moore doesn't really want to be bothered with Nene Leakes at this time and period. She don't want to be asked any questions. She don't want any slick shit to happen because you already know this is how they get down on the show. When you're going through something, it's going to be brought up. Whether the question has been prepared by the producers or whether the ladies want to know the information themselves. So at the end of the day, they had a good dinner. They toasted everything. Marlo put a nice toast together for, Candy Burris and, Kenya Moore, and they all toast. And that's when Cynthia Bailey done dropped the bomb and basically was like, I think y'all But first, Nene Leakes asked Kenya Moore, how's she doing? How's everything going with you? How is, are you okay? And at that moment, we heard, we got all the shade, we got all that shit, that was said before, but with these girls not throwing shade, it won't be a show. So they throw shade, but I don't know if the shade's supposed to, physically and mentally hurt you, like that, where you unbother, because basically I think the shade that's being thrown is things that they do say, sometimes become catchphrases for a decade. But anyways, Kenya Moore, she responds, and she was like, yeah, I'm okay. Portia checked, I don't know what I would do without, Cynthia Bailey and Candy. They done came to my house. They done checked on me. We had a conversation. Tanya done reached out and called me. Portia done called me. And basically she was like, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best that I got. It's taking everything to hold this situation together. I'm hurt. I'm broken. And so basically she didn't thank Nene. Nene felt like she should have been thanked. Nene's like, yo, listen, I done reached out to you 8 times, homegirl. You ain't gonna play me no more. So Nene right now, she's like, oh, okay, this is the shade that I'm talking about. What, you trying to diss me on TV? Trying to make me look like a sucker? Or whatever. So Nene's feeling a certain type of way, because now she's feeling like she just been snubbed twice. And basically that, Kenya Moore is not trying to hear anything that she got to say. So she's feeling a certain type of way. And so basically at the end of the day, Kenya Moore said, let's have a hot girl summer. Blase in the third. And so, even though, Kenya, she's crying, Marlo goes over there and comfort her. When will we see the last? I would never think that Kenya Moore would be letting Marlo, comfort her or whatever, even torture. And even Kenya Moore picked Marlo to be on, the soccer team that they was playing on a couple of episodes ago or whatever. But it's all good. Hey, the Queen Lovebug. Hey, how you doing? Tony, Kenya really shaded Nene at that dinner table. Yeah, it was shade. So do you think that Nene should have reached out to her and said what's up? Nene was on the phone talking to Marlo. So she had reached out and said what's up to, Kenya Moore, basically saying, how you doing? Even though, when we see Nene Leakes talk to, Marlo Hampton, she said that, what did she say? She said that it ain't my business. So my name is Ben and I ain't in it. So basically she didn't want to be caught up in the situation because they ain't friends. But Portia reached out. Tanya reached out too as well. So, was Kenya throwing that shade because she didn't reach out? Was she okay to throw that shade? And right now, Nene Leakes feel a certain type of way because that shade was thrown at her, that she acknowledged everybody else, but she didn't acknowledge me reaching out to ask her right then and there. So, Nene Leakes said she wasn't talking about the child on her channel. She apologized. You got somebody asking him. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I covered that too. Kenya Moore probably would not have picked up the phone if Nene would have reached out. Most likely. Nene has no loyalty with these ladies. Why should Kenya give her more ammunition? Alicia Turner, I bet Kenya will open herself to Nene as she apologized for the ugly remarks. Tia, they all need to apologize. That ain't gonna happen, Lord have mercy. So Tanya Sams, basically, she's saying that she already knows why Kenya Moore did what she did to her. She understands why she came after her relationship. She knows what she's going through. She's all good with the situation, and she's cool with Kenya Moore. And she even told Kenya Moore to go talk to Nene Leakes. So Tanya Sam, she be rolling with the blows. She had a blowout with Nene when she first came on. Then she had a blowout with her at the reunion. Now she had a blowout with Kenya. Now her and Kenya's cool. She's making her way around. Nene could have tried to reach out to Kenya. You should just to reach out, and if she was going to ignore her, then Nene Leakes could have said, "This is the 9th time I reached out to you." But if they was able to sit down at that moment, and basically if it wasn't going to be hashing out their whole relationship and just come to like, okay, I'm here for you. I understand what you're going through because I've been there, and blase in the third, and left it as that. But I don't think it was going to be left like that. Production was going to let that shit happen. So with that situation, if they could have if something would have been like some type of truce would have been worked out there, we probably wouldn't have all the negativity that we seen coming out, on the blogs between, Kenya and Nene Leakes. If they could have actually worked it out in this moment, it would probably been a whole lot of different situation going on, where they probably wouldn't have been going at their throat, or they probably both would have been going at each other's throat. Who knows? Hey, Charles Wilson, Kenya should have listened to the OG. Nene knows exactly how Kenya feels about her. She know there was no way in hell Kenya was going to believe she was truly concerned. Tia, she's ready. She already got more ammunition. Kenya more filed for divorce. Plus, they don't look like they in love. Yep, she's been talking about that. Alicia, she is on the show. J Mac, I don't believe Nene is sincere for a minute, and everybody says that. But is it possible in that moment, with the love being in Greece, and drinking, and just basically realizing, like, you got a good fucking life. Like, look what they're doing for work. Like, that's a good life. You got people catering to you, bringing you all types of food. And then Nene's been through a divorce. Her husband just battled, pancreas cancer. In that moment, is there a moment that she could have been actually sincere when it came to Kenya Moore, in that moment when she said, are you just really okay? And if she was but the shade does not make the moments last long, because everybody's always on defense that, okay, you shading me, they gotta be defense, because if not, next thing you know, oh, I got red, oh no, you got red, oh, she got told off, you know what I'm saying? So Cynthia Bailey was like, we're gonna leave Nene Leakes and Kenya Moore to actually fellowship. I was like, that was like I would have if there was some bread, I would have threw some flour on Cynthia, because Cynthia know that this was not going to happen. That wasn't going to be a moment. She knows it. She's been around Kenya Moore longer than any of them, and she's been open up to, Kenya Moore expresses a lot to Cynthia Bailey. So Kenya Moore is, Cynthia's being shady at this moment. She didn't really think that Kenya Moore was actually going to sit down and have a conversation with Nene. She knew Nene was open, but I guess she was hoping and praying that it was going to happen. And I don't know how she even figured that. And Kenya Moore was like, I'm going to bed. And so then Marlo's basically saying, you know what? Why would she talk to you? Like, that's so wrong. It's time to fellowship and talk to each other. So Marlo's in the mood. I think they're actually feeling really good. Like, something can actually work out. But there was mad shade being thrown. Like I said, is the shade for real? Is the shade just for the viewers? Is the shade to be hurtful? Because they were talking about her dress and, everything else like that before this. And then, and it's not even a shade, but it was really stating an opinion when it came to the Tanya Sams and the Kenya Moore situation. Where Nene threw that up at the airport. So basically it's an observation and basically opinion. So it might not even be shade in that way, but people are going to look at it like, you really didn't feel some type of way about her, because if you did, you wouldn't have been throwing shade. But I think shade is a part of the show. The shadiness, what could be, words and phrases that could be used beyond and beyond. So Marlo Hampton is basically saying, I tried. I don't know why she won't talk to you. Cynthia says, I understand, Nene. You were trying. So, Cynthia Bailey's basically saying to Nene, I understand you're trying to do your best and everything else like that. Marlo's like, oh, this is really messed up. Portia thinks that Kenya Moore should talk to her and everything, because everybody else is feeling that good vibe. They're in the spirit. They're in the movement, but they ain't going through the divorce right now, and they're not being public humiliated and then get cussed out. And then on top of that, Kenya, if everything is kosher, Kenya has to tell the world that her husband is still talking to somebody he used to talk to. And so the blogs are gonna find out who that person. Mark, who have you been texting? So at this point, Nene feels like F Kenya, because Kenya doesn't want to sit down and fellowship. So she said F Kenya. She's a sad person and she got effed up skin. Basically, she's feeling a certain type of way because her ego is hurt. She feels bad. She feels like she put herself out on the line, and basically she got shitted on, and she feels like she had apologized. She tried to reach out to Kenya Moore over and over and over, and even maybe she just wants the truth. Maybe she don't even want the drama that they have between each other, and she just wants to reach out. But what do Nene really want? She wants to reach out to have a conversation, or is she reaching out to have her apologize to her, or is she gonna apologize? You just want to have a conversation where there's no ending to it but more drama. So anyways, at this point, Nene is upset, she's mad, and she's saying F this and F that to Kenya Moore, because now the door is closed, and that's what she tells Kandi. So Kandi ends up talking to, Kenya, saying, like, why can't you just go talk to her? Like, you don't think, you don't think you should talk to her? So Kenya Moore was like, basically, we end this on a good note. Everything's cool. Everything's good with the situation. But, I don't really want to talk about it. I don't want to get into it. We're going to have this hot girl summer. Maybe on another day, we can talk about the situation. And that's when Tanya Sims was like, well, then you need to go tell Nene that, because she's feeling a certain type of way. So in the meantime, in between time, they're having this conversation. Now Kenya Moore is going to bring, a dessert out to Nene and say, hey, everything's all good. We need to talk another time, but not tonight. But in between that time, Nene feels hurt. She feels like she's being disrespected. And she feels like, damn, she just shaved me in front of everybody, thanked everybody, but me, my reaching out and me even asking her how she's doing wasn't even a concern. She didn't even care. So basically Nene was like, I'm done. Kandi runs to go get Nene Leakes, and Nene was like, no, you ain't her mouthpiece. Why are you speaking for her? And so basically Kandi said, I knew this was going to happen. She wanted to come out to you. She was bringing you dessert, basically to say we can talk about it another time. Nene Leakes is like, I'm done. I don't want to, I've been disrespected. I've been snubbed and everything else like that. And she's just basically upset with the situation. She's feeling a certain type of way, and she's mad. And Candy's like, damn, when it's like, damn, if you would have just waited a few seconds, you would have found the gold box. You would have found the golden egg. If it was just a few more seconds, because then all hell break loose. And I don't know how much time took place for Kenya to try to come out there with the cake, because she was having a conversation with Tanya, and she was having a conversation, with, Kandi. But now you got Nene out there. She's with Portia. She's with Marlo. And they're talking about the situation. And it might be fueling the fire. And she might just feel like, damn, I ain't worthy of nothing. And she just felt a certain type of way, like, you gonna diss me and walk out. So now she feels hurt about the situation. So now she's upset. She's mad. And if, she could have just waited another few minutes, I don't know how long it was. So now she's like, the door is closed. I'm gonna go call my husband to keep my marriage together. So she threw a shot. So she threw the shade. It's like, damn, like, to see, like, it would be nice if whoever needs to apologize. But if there was some type of truth, and whoever breaks that truth, then they can get all the hell that they need to come through. Just to see, if there's actually a point where now in 2020, if they can actually coexist and actually be cordial to each other and no beef. And basically Nene do have jewels, but I don't know if Kenya Moore wants her jewels or what she's trying to give her because of their history. So she should So should everyone go against Kenya because Nene don't care about her? Who is Nene? Alicia, yes, J-Mac. Nene knows what she said. She just won't apologize. Erica, hey, what's up? Hey, Mary Jane. Was that you in the black dress at the charity Mark Daly had? I thought I spotted you. Yeah, I was there. Let me tell you what he really did, girl. No, sir, I wasn't there, baby. Whenever she was talking about it was in poor taste, she talked about Portia as well. J-Mac. Shawana Ramirez. Hey, what's up, Ramirez? How you doing? Hey, what's up? Nocturnal cannot apologize. The Queen Love Bug Tia. I don't support nobody talking about kids. If Nene was actually talking about the baby, that's messed up. I didn't support when Can You Get More was trying to, fight, Phaedra Parks when she was pregnant. Yeah, the shit's crazy. Like, if a few minutes and everybody was, it was in that moment where everybody feels like forgiveness was around, but at the same time, Kenya Moore was not trying to have a conversation. It wasn't going to be, I don't know if it was going to be a conversation where it was just going to be based on Nene Leakes and Kenya Moore, about the situation with the divorce. I know that their past was going to come up, and nobody wants to deal with that right then and there, but I think Nene wanted to deal with that. I don't know if she was just going to talk about the Mark situation and then move on from there and see what happens. But, it totally went left. And Kenya Moore just sat out there. And then some people are saying that, oh, it was a snub on purpose. She waited long enough, to put Nene on ice, and Nene felt like, why are you putting me on ice? And it just went left. And if I can understand Nene being upset, but if you really wanted to come to her in that moment, and even though she did snub you, and you know what she's going through, and you've been there, done that, and you have situations too as well, do you hold your mule and you wait and just see? Because if she would have waited a little bit longer, but she just felt like she's been disrespected since, the dinner time, she would have had, Kenya Moore bring her a dessert and basically say, let's talk about it another time. And then they would have actually probably had a conversation, and we could have seen where it might have went. I just show edit stuff. I know. How the show edit stuff they do. Because we don't know how long the time was in between. Now it looks like it was only 5 minutes. We don't know if it was an hour or 2 hours. We have no idea. Baby, Joy, hey, baby. So should everyone go? Oh, I read that one. All right. It was in Portes. I got that one. Nene Leakes do love Greg. She's been with him for 20 years. I think I know. Don't know. No, they are in love. They seem like they're in love. Oh, yeah. Especially the episode when he came in the room and Wendy Williams was on the phone. It was so cute. At one point in time, the room looked dead, but Greg lights all that up. You can tell he lights her up, too, as well. Tia, Alicia, a lot of people owe each other apologies. I think they need to apologize on both sides. Sam B, Nene, and Greg are stuck. You so for Sam. Does Nene love Greg? I hope so. I think so. Thanks, Sam. I hope so. PE, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, I made it. Yes, you did. Kenya and Nene need to take a season off. That ain't what Bravo is not feeling that. Hey, Rico. The brat Nene was being funny when she mentioned the dogs. If y'all read in between the lines. You talking about Mark the dog, Matt the dog. Nene is no advisor. In fact, she's going to do it herself. J Mac. Nene can't go unglued her wig and sleep. Oh Lord, here we go. Tia, that is rude, but they all agree that the children are off limits. They all say that. I remember hearing that too as well. So they end up not making up with each other. I think somebody tried to call in, but I think I had the volume up. So if anybody wants to call in and tell me how you feel about the episode, do you feel like, Nene had a right to just basically say F the situation, F, Kenya Moore, and she's going to go downstairs and talk to her husband because she's going to make sure her relationship is still good? Or do you think that they put her on ice too long? How would you felt if you was Nene at the table? Would you have, wanted her to clear up the situation that we'll talk another time? Or how would you feel about it? Or do you think Kenya Moore did anything wrong when it comes to, basically she had the conversation with Candy, she had the conversation with Tanya, and then basically, two people called in. So, yep, that's the situation. So, what do you guys think about it? What's going on? What's popping with the situation? I was just like, Lord have mercy. If only, if patience is a virtue, sometimes you just got to be patient. Point blank, period. I don't know why all this shit is keep popping them up. Erica, Colden, not... Marlo judged the dress. Nene said it looks nice. I know. Children are definitely off limits all day, every day. They supposed to be. If you really want a problem, you really want to get in some trouble, stop messing with people's children. It's gonna be a wrap all day. Kenya carried the season, period. She didn't hold back. Back was real. Sam B, Nene, Olive Branch. Okay, here we go.
It's T. To accept, press 1.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Mary Jane's in the building. Peep Squad, where you calling from? Your name and where you calling from?
Hey, this is Delina T. I'm calling from New Orleans.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good, girl. How are you? I'm so excited to talk to you. It's great.
Oh, thank you so much. So what are your thoughts on tonight between what happened on the episode?
Okay, well, I was really, let's start with Portia. I thought it was really cute that she could make fun and laugh at the dentist situation with the cat. That really showed me some little.
Oh, yes.
She made that little joke.
You're right. I forgot to mention that. I have it in there when she was talking about the cats. Correct. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, she had me weak. But for the Kenya and Nene, well, first for Cynthia. Cynthia, I don't know. She's got to realize, I think everybody, I don't know if it was production, I don't know who, but to us, to make her think that this was going to come off in a good manner. You know what I'm saying? She wants to now go to meet, now you and Nene are so cool that you can hint to her that she should go talk to Kenya. Like, give me a break.
Right.
Give me a break. That ain't never going to happen. You already know what it is. And you ride for Kenya. That's your dog. So why are you even talking to this woman that just barely took you back after you apologized for having feelings over her? And that's the person you think? Like, come on. And so, of course, when Nene opens her mouth, it's going to be like, what? I'm not going to believe that either. Like, dismiss me with that. But at the same time, Kenya is very smart on what she does and how she lets stuff out. Because I thought it was really interesting. Did you catch when Candy and Cynthia mentioned that she like wouldn't return their things, wouldn't return their calls and all that? And they was like, I think that's because she really wants us to come over and see her.
Oh, yep.
So Kenya at the same time is spinning her narrative and trying to secure that next season situation too. So I can see her not wanting to mend that shit with Nene because, you know, that's a great storyline. That's paying some of her bills. At the same time, it's also not genuine. So I think it's a combination of the two. But I do think that they should have given her some slack at the table too, because I swear, I never imagined that Kenya would share that much with all of them and even cry about it in front of all of them.
Me too.
That should show people the depth of just how much this hurt and what she's dealing with.
Yeah, the shit is embarrassing. And then when you feel like people are trying to, you know, laugh at you too as well, because it's not just a cast. She's thinking about the people that are in her comment section talking shit to her.
Exactly. That's what you concerned about. So, you know, it just comes off like, okay, you know, come on, give me a break.
Yeah, Cynthia set Nene up in so many words.
You know, girl, because you were in a nugget. You were a nugget. What is that? You don't need a Happy Meal. Would you let this ride? And it was a perfect moment to end.
Yes.
Right where it did. She had broken down. Some walls were cool. She did it in front of everybody. She got a little hug. Everybody, it's good. You want to chit chat now? Like I clearly I'm not in the right mindset to talk to you. If I even want to, she's got every right. This is just, it was not good timing. Now, the question we do have to ask ourselves, like you said, was it the way it was cut? It looked like Romeo and Juliet, like they just missed each other, but like just 1 minute.
Yep.
Nene had just sat there for just one more second, and if Kenya hadn't forgot the fork, she would have still been there, sitting down, and this might have went better. But because she forgot the fork, she got upset, and it was a done deal. But it was literally like, if it's the real truth of how it's cut, it was literally like just 2 seconds. She didn't remember the fork. Yeah. So I don't know if production had a hand in that.
That's what I'm thinking. What? Cynthia is a fake friend and Portia wishy-washy. Oh, Lord.
They so is. Whatever floats their boat. You know? And with the Mark thing, it all makes so much sense. When somebody is not that into you because they're really into somebody else right now, that's what it is. And she's made comments, if you remember, he likes to go out drinking all the time in New York. And they made a little hee-hee joke, yeah, so does Ty. Okay, so clearly, this lady's in New York, right? Or close to New York, right?
Yep, she's in New York.
All right. I bet you I think he probably got it going on with her. Like, I think that's where he is when you can't catch him. That's why he don't have really no time for you, no love for you. I don't know how far in that situation he is, but I'd be damned if I'm caught on camera being nice or affectionate to you if I really have more feelings for this woman. And I don't want her to ever see me, going about this nicely, because I'm sure he's already painted a picture to this woman that it's the whole crazy baby mama thing. I'm sure he's told her many stories about Kenya, So I just feel like maybe in this instance, he did that. It's clear to see he doesn't care about you, and he's moved on to the next.
That's what it seems like, because Kenya Moore even said that I think there's something else going on. And for him to want to publicly announce that they are not together anymore, that they're going to be separating, like, who did he do that for? Did he do that for himself? Or did he do that to her? Or did he do that for the new woman that's in his life?
Exactly. I think it was more for the new woman. All the behavior of this whole situation, I think, was nicely fueled by the lust or new love or whatever. But, I can't be on camera. I get it too. I would do the same. Like, I can't be nice to this woman on camera. How am I going to explain this to her? I can't.
Yeah, but if he's telling the other woman, it's just a job, you never know.
Exactly. What you need to do is worry about your restaurant. That's what you need to do.
I know. Got rats and roaches. Are you kidding me? Like, who?
Like, what do you do?
Like, what's going on? Why is there rats and roaches? We need Chef Ramsay to come through and check out the restaurant for real.
Right. But I think Kenya needs, what credit's due. Kenya, she's reminding me, her and Nicki Minaj are kind of running a race right now. Like, they're so desperate to be with somebody.
And I think because I think Kenya Moore wants that relationship with Mark because of what she didn't have growing up, and she wanted to give that to her daughter, but she still can give that to her daughter without Mark there, because she can get remarried again. But, it hasn't even been 5 years. You know what I mean? It's like so quick and fast.
Exactly. And it's like you just put your blinders on, just like Nikki. You putting your blinders on, and you're moving too fast. And it can't be that serious. But I do definitely believe there's some type of abuse. I don't know if he put her hands on her, but he's definitely verbally abused this woman. The way she talks about it, that whole Uber ride and all of that, and the other ways she said, even in her confessionals, I just don't want the fight. I don't want the blow up. Mm-hmm. Reminded me of, like, Tina Turner. Like, I don't have time for that part. So I'm going to just, I'm going to eat the cake. Eat the cake.
Because if you're that mad and you're that angry, why get in the Uber with her? Come home first, go to bed or something. But just to berate a person, like, I know people get into arguments and stuff like that, but I ain't never been in an argument where you're going to berate me and try to destroy me, and you yelling and screaming me in front of somebody that's an Uber. You're doing the most for no reason. Like, what really went on at that event for you to be so upset?
Nothing. He had it on his mind. I believe he already knew this was his swan song. That's what I really feel. I feel like he's really never wanted to be on the show. Let's be clear.
No, he didn't.
However, she talked him into it, and I believe he also started to resent her for that. And I think that he was committed to, they booked this stuff in advance. So I don't think that he could get out of doing this event. And it was clear that, Bravo was going to be there. So I think he just wanted to kind of make this his swan song, all that extra, and get the production, and this last time you're gonna see me.
So
you was good.
He was out the door. He was like, get this off of me now, or there's gonna be some problems. I was like, Lord.
You didn't even care about your own event enough to get your own clothes, even if you didn't have time. You all about money. Hire a stylist. You didn't have time to do that. You barely had time to ask the people you wanted to speak. What are you doing? Like, you really didn't put your all into it. So that makes me feel like you was already checked out on this situation. You just had to do it for whatever reason that you were committed to it. Personally, that's what I think. Because it was clear that he really didn't give it his life all. And he wouldn't let her give it anything either. You know what I'm saying? He was blocking the whole situation because there's no way that you don't have, policeman said you don't talk to the host, You don't call the people.
He didn't give a damn.
He didn't give a damn. The boy came in, he said hello, and he was like, "Oh, so that's a yes then. You want to get up and do this?"
He didn't give a damn. And Sugar Mama says Mark had his divorce papers already wrote up.
Oh, yeah, that was typed up.
Lord.
That was his next stop when he got out that Uber. Yeah, it was already typed up.
Yeah. You know how a person will create an argument with you or a big fight, so you don't return back to them.
Yeah.
You know, and it seems like they want to get out, and that's what he did. That's what it seems like he did.
Exactly.
And he didn't care if he embarrassed her at all.
Right. I'm gonna make it worse for you. I'm gonna just keep fucking with you. I'm gonna make it worse for you. And because I'm so good at this abuse, I'm gonna spin it. But you're gonna catch some of these charges. You may or may not have done anything, but that's just how I'm gonna play with you because I don't really care about you because I'm worried about her over here. That's what's going on. I love my baby. Now, don't get me wrong. He loves his baby, and I'm sure that he is going to do the utmost for that child. And she's adorable. Good luck with that, though, because that could get ugly, too. Because I can see him calling you out saying, her mama does this show. I don't think it's good exposure. I don't think my baby's safe around these cameramen. Like, it could go bad for her with custody and a whole bunch of things. So I think that she needs to get her ducks in a row. She really does. I don't know what jurisdiction laws there are in either state, but he's so vindictive. I can see him doing something like that.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't trust her with baby Brooklyn. Because if you listen to the story that him and Candy was saying that he felt like Kenya Moore kept bothering baby Brooklyn, and she wanted to change her diaper, and he wouldn't let her. So Candy had to go over there and ask Mark if please let Kenya change baby Brooklyn. So therefore he already thinks that she's inadequate. So and that's probably why she hasn't said anything really that bad. She's very careful with what she says about Mark Daly. And so yes, he seems like the type that will be going will want joint custody.
Oh, yeah, he's going to do it. And the quickest thing you want to jump out of line, do something stupid, get somebody crazy, yeah, he's going to try to come at your throat, full custody and all that. Because it's definitely, you can tell he's a narcissist, and you definitely can tell he's a control freak. So abuse isn't too far away. Definitely mental. I don't know. There probably were some close calls with physical because she seemed more terrified in that Uber conversation than anything. That's when she really broke down, And I think she was really what she said. We've never been that close to each other when we were fighting. So
and when a woman realized that this shit ain't gonna work, and she's probably at that point where it's not gonna work, even though she wants it to make it work. You know how when you in that relationship and you just know they do something and you see something and it comes to realization that I don't think it's gonna work, but you want it to work. I think she's there. And maybe if a miracle happened, ain't no miracle gonna happen for Mark. He's probably blaming her for the health department report on his freaking restaurant.
Oh yeah, everything is her fault at this point, and everything's gonna continue to be your fault. This whole situation, the thing going bad, yeah, because I'm not gonna take any blame. Of course not. So yeah, that's number one. It's all you. That's why I don't want to go to counseling. I don't want to try and fix anything because I don't care. I don't care. And I really probably never have. And if you look at it, sometimes she makes the case for herself. Like that whole conversation in the car made her look stupid. But I now have you admitting that you drive too fast with my baby in the car. So
yep, and he was talking about getting insurance. And then he was complaining about that there's not enough food in the house. You don't have this. And he was complaining about when Kenya Moore was talking about taking baby Brooklyn to the swimming pool, that you're trying to make her basically compete. He was complaining about her hairstyle. What are you putting in her hair? You're making her look like a little boy. It was nothing that he was satisfied with her about.
He was just on everything with there was no you look nice, no thanks for trying, no I appreciate you, no. Well, you just go for the jugular and just poke at her. And you definitely knew what to poke. You knew that calling her Ken, whether in private or in public, is going to strike a nerve. You know that. Let's not play. You know that. You know that you being saying, "Oh, I like Nene and I like her" is gonna get her going. You already know. We all know. So for you to insist and do that is just showing like, okay, you see who I got the power. You really didn't want to do it, but I bet you're gonna do it. Okay. So there's only so much. Everybody has their point, and I've been in that situation where I was like, man, this is crazy. Mine was 10 years, and I was like, damn, I wasted 10 years on this shit. But that quickly, yeah, there's definitely something.
Yeah, something like he done checked out. He done checked out.
Yeah. And the way she's been talking and small nuggets that she drops, like I said, they're out all night. You're seeing this. He's got a lot of lady friends too. That's why automatically she jumps with Cynthia. Of course, when you're going through something, you're always projecting. So in that moment, I gave her a pass because it turned into her show when Cynthia really was the one that needed the shoulder. But whatever. So, I think that she came and went with it. Yeah, if they lie, then they'll cheat and all of this. And she was so strong in her feelings because that's what's going on over here. That's really what's going on with you. Not what's going on with Cynthia. That's what's going on with you. And that is why you can't give advice, because you still wearing goggles. You underwater. You gotta put your mask on first. You can't assist nobody on this plane. You have to put your mask on first. So that was just projection. So I was really proud of it, and I really liked Tanya. Because Tanya, in that moment, like a real woman, it all made sense. Okay, I can see how you would do this, because you're in a place of hurt where someone's hurt you and you can't trust them because of another woman. Look, everything that she's like been spilling tea and sassy about, it's always what? Another woman's situation. That's what's getting her goat. That's what she brought to the table. Why? Because that's her reality right now. That's the advice she can give, because that's the advice she needs to take. It's kind of like the writings on the wall.
Yep, it is. Thank you so much.
All right.
I really appreciate it. You broke that down, sister. You had it. Hey, when you have been through it, you know what's up when you see it. Amen.
I'm telling you, you do. Real recognize.
Real, for real. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
So much, hon.
And what's your name again?
This is Talana.
Talana.
You always call me A.
Oh, Talana. Oh, I always call you A. Talana. Thank you, Talana. I appreciate it, baby. Oh, Talana. I always call you A. Because I was going to say Talana.
It's fine. It's fine.
Talana, thank you, sweetheart. Oh, I got to finally hear you on the phone. Thank you. Talana A is the moderator in the chat room. Thank you for calling. I appreciate that, sweetheart.
I appreciate you, honey.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hey, happy days. What's going on? Okay, so we got a voicemail. Hey, Mary Jane, I was just hoping I never made a call to your station. This... Okay, that's something else. Well, there's another message. Tanya is so buddy. Like, she's not going to stay upset. Peace caller, yes. She's not going to stay upset. She's not going to stay mad. And you can see how quickly, Tanya moved on from the situation. She might not brought Paul to Kenya Moy's event, but, she moved on fast and hurry. She don't stay upset. She don't stay mad. And so that's why a lot of people like Tanya Sams. Thank you, Tia. I was out earlier, and then I was like, oh, I gotta watch the show. And then I watched the show, and I was like, hey, what's up? So I just went live. Yeah, last episode was just way more crazier, but we got like an inside, thank you, Happy Days. We got like an inside look, like we didn't know, like the Uber ride in that situation, like how that went down. Like that is crazy, for real. So it just seems like, it's at that point where, if you have cheating, that's one thing. Like, see, Portia Williams have the cheating with Dennis, but she doesn't have the verbal or any abuse or any type of abuse going on other than her getting played. You know what I mean? So it's a crazy situation to, to see it, because some people think that, oh, these stars don't go through this and she's so beautiful and everything else. Here we go. Hey, Mary Jane speaking. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from New York. Hi, Mary Jane.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to see if I can, put you on speaker, because it's not letting me. Let me see. Hold the current answer and.
I noticed my first message was so scrambled. I didn't even understand it when you said it.
Yes. Hold on 1 second, because I don't think. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Now here we go. Now they can hear you. So tell us your name and where you calling from.
Okay, my name is Alicia Biz Turner. I'm calling from Cheektowaga, New York.
Ooh. How you doing?
Yeah. I'm okay, and I'm so glad to be able to hear your voice. First of all, I love your station. You're my age bracket, and you talk about my peeps, my people. I love that. I love that about you.
Oh, thank you.
So I don't want to take up your time, because I know you have so many people that may be waiting to talk. I just wanted to verbally, kind of pass opinion about Kenya and Mark. I was really, really shocked by this show last week, the way that he was so nasty and mean and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people in the chat was saying maybe the girl, and that he had a girlfriend that he was fooling around with. Kenya said that today. That was surprising. So it made me see the whole thing differently. I'm just so sorry to see her have to go through something like that. And I know she wanted her family together. I know her mom turned on her when she was a little girl. But the thing is, she still don't have to take that level of abuse, She doesn't.
Nope.
She don't have to take that, because I know she wants her baby Brooklyn to have something better, and ultimately in the end I believe that's what's going to help her push back from that completely, because she's mentioned that twice, that she don't want her daughter to be growing up around something like that.
Exactly.
What's the other point I wanted to make? It was something else. Oh, as far as her and Nene goes, what me, Tia, J Mac, and Valerie, and you, we've had different points that we made about what was going on with her and Nene. When Kenya came on the show that season that she wasn't allowed to be on it, she was like really big, almost about to have Brooklyn. When Nene saw her, that's when her and Cynthia, she turned on Cynthia for not telling her a heads up that Kenya was coming. She said, when she saw Kenya coming, she said, oh, there's the demon. And then she said, what is she carrying? A buffalo. I mean, it was plain as day that she did say that about her. So one of the things Kenya was telling her that she was against Nene for is because, she said, what is she carrying? A buffalo? She spoke about our unborn child that way. And so that's what Kenya is really looking for apology for. They all talk about and do stuff to each other. But that thing that she said about her baby, Nene knows she said it and don't want to apologize for it because it was brought to her attention. So I just wanted to get that out there and hear what you thought. Did you catch all that?
Yes. And Nene Leakes had apologized on her channel about, she didn't mean to, she wasn't talking about her baby, and she wouldn't talk, and she wouldn't talk about, anybody's baby or anybody like that at all, because, they all made an agreement not to. And then Nene Leakes was on the Breakfast Club, and she said that she meant to say that, she's big as a buffalo, not that she was giving birth to a buffalo. And then she said on Watch What Happens Live that she apologized if Kenya took that she was talking about her baby, because, she said, oh, what are you having, a buffalo? And that is talking about the baby. So I don't know if, Kenya more susceptible to Nene Leakes' apology, because it's if I hurt you, I meant to say this. And basically Nene did own up to it on the Breakfast Club and on her YouTube channel and on, Watch What Happens Live. But I don't know if she'll take it. That's just like somebody calling my baby some name and then, but I'm a forgiving person. So I'm different than that. So, and Kenya Moore.
I like that too. Like you.
But Kenya Moore did say that, when she was on Entertainment Tonight, that she felt like Nene was trying to get her fired. If someone's trying to get you fired, when we hear about this on any reality TV show, when someone's trying to take their job, they never forgive them.
Well, that's their bread and butter. I wouldn't want to do that to anybody either.
No, not at all.
We don't know what a person's true financial situation is coming from, no matter how they look on the surface. So none of us really have a right to take it that far. They all got some miles on them. You know what I'm saying? But listen, Nene said that on the different shows that you spoke about, and I think I did see that. But Nene has not said that to Kenya yet.
Nope. She hasn't had a chance to actually talk to Kenya because Kenya won't give her that opportunity. And it seemed like that opportunity would have came tonight, but it just, Nene was like, Nene felt like she was being disrespected and she was hurt, so she left. Tonight, my bad. So then she left, and then Kenya Moore was actually going to go talk to her. But then, some people are going to say like, oh, she planned it like that. Her and Candy worked together. Blase in the third. You already know how it goes.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if Nene know all this time, she kept that to herself, but kept pushing toward a friendship with Kenya, knowing that's the only thing that Kenya really was looking for apology on, and regardless of the rest of the stuff, and she just refused to do it. Like when Kenya finally, Daddy talked her into going on out there, she came down, Nene wants to be mad. So Nene really couldn't afford that because she know exactly what she said. So we know she's exactly a person that said the kids are off limits, so she know that that's all it took. And they had the chance. She had the chance tonight for that door to be open. Well, I don't want to be greedy. Listen, I love your show. You got beautiful braids.
Oh, thank you so much.
And everything. I'm going to I don't know what to do to get a part of this because I don't know how to use it, but I look forward to hearing from you. I just haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, you'll see me more. Thank you so much. But I go live so many different times of the day. I'm trying my best to have a schedule when I go live. I go live just anytime I feel like I just go live.
Okay. Well, so now how do I hear this conversation me and you had back?
When after the video's done, you just play it back and you can listen to it because it's gonna be Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 episode 14 or 17, I think.
Okay, so then I got to subscribe to you then.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sister.
Okay, you're welcome. Have a great day. A great night,
Bye-bye.
I mean.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm lighting incense and the smoke got all into my eye. So do you guys think Nene's apology was real when she was talking about, the buffalo situation? Calling, saying Kenya Moore's going to have, give birth to a buffalo. She did address it on Watch What Happens Live. She addressed it on, the Breakfast Club, and she addressed it on her YouTube channel. So what do you guys think about the situation? Hey, Nikki, Tyler, how you doing? Kenya is riding hard for Candy is riding hard for Ken, but what did she do when Phaedra was going through the same thing? Joey Brown, hey, beautiful, hey, what's up, how you doing? Episode 17 review. Thank you so much, Tony. So it's actually episode 17. Tina Reed, she see when people don't kiss Kenya butt or side with her, she will paint a bad picture. You know what, I did hear what you have to say, and there's always two sides to a story. Tina, I truly think Kenya is painting a bad picture of Mark like she did all the other men that she brought on the show. Y'all done forgot. No, we talked about it, but we don't. But what we see, and some ladies being in relationships and being in, not so good relationships, and seeing how Kenya is acting a certain way when Mark is around, and basically not being herself, point blank period, not even enjoy the anything when she's with Mark, other than they was having a good dinner when it was what's her name, Cynthia, it was Candy, and it was Kenya, and basically this is right after Cynthia was getting proposed to or whatever, it seemed like everything was going well, but it's like, he would interrupt her and she wouldn't be able to say what she needed to say, and then she would try to interrupt him, and then it just went left, and all the other guys is like, yo, we riding with our wives. But it's such a different type of relationship that we don't want anybody to be brainless or anything, but you're entering their realm. You think that you will support your wife, even though maybe she is wrong, but you still have her back and talk to her in privately about the situation. But it, like people were saying, they feel like she's walking on eggshells. But there's always two sides to a story. Or whatever. And then now we have this woman coming up into the situation. So we don't know what's real with this woman. Is this actually, if this is like, the Bible, like, damn, like he really got a woman texting him about sex and stuff like that. That's even more of a dagger to your heart and to the whole situation that is going on between them. So therefore, it's like, now you got to work on, she wants him to treat her a certain way and have respect, and then they need to have communication, because it seems like Mark and Kenya don't have any communication other than what we have seen on the show, where Mark is basically being demanding and commanding and telling what Kenya what she can do and what she can't do or whatever. He's complaining about the food in the house. She didn't have enough this and enough that. I was like, dude, you work at a restaurant, can't you have food delivered to your baby's house, your wife's house, your daughter's house? You ain't living with her, you ain't protecting her. So there's already so many things that is wrong with the situation, because they are not living together. They got money, they ain't broke. Like, there's some way somehow that they should be living together, especially they're just being married and having a baby, that they're living apart. That is just so much, pressure on a relationship, because usually when you get married, you're moving the same house together. If you kids, you 18, she's 19 or 21, 22, he's joining the Air Force, maybe she's joining a whole nother, situation, but they married, but there's no kid involved, but they are older, so you think you need that comfort and the protection of your wife and your husband, so no one can enter the realm of your relationship. So it seems like a whole lot of shit is going on that is not correct. Like, I don't know anybody that got married that are not living together, unless it was way back in the day and I heard stories from my grandparents, when they was in the Air Force, the military, or things like that. But the shit is just crazy. So if anybody else want to call in, oh, so sweet, so nice. I did miss a lot of calls though. Okay, it says my phone's ringing, but now it's not ringing. So Mark sided with Nene in front of Kenya. Yeah, that's just way too much going on with that situation too as well. You never side against the family in public. We all don't watch The Godfather. Fredo never side. Sonny, don't side with the opposition in front of them. Like, if you have a disagreement, let's talk about it. Okay, let me see where I miss. Nikki, Nene has apologized about that. Ken just need a storyline because Mark done took their money. Lord have mercy, Tina. Okay, I got you. Okay, here we go. Mary Jane, who's calling and where you calling from?
Hi, this is Norris Tony again.
Hey, what's up? How you doing? This is Tony. He's a moderator in the chat room. So what's up? Tell us how you feeling tonight, baby.
I'm feeling good. I'm glad that you feeling better.
I'm so glad I'm feeling better. Guys, don't forget to check out Tony's YouTube channel. Please don't forget to check out the Queen Lovebug's YouTube channel too as well, and Candy Girl's YouTube channel too as well. So tell me what you think.
Well, I'm going to start with, Tanya. I think Tanya is very mature. To me, she's the best woman of the season so far. Because she's so drama-free, and,
yes,
she navigating her way through the drama. She's not letting nothing get to her. I think that she's mentally the strongest one so far, as far as not letting things get the best of her. She's not letting that show change her personality. She's able to still be herself no matter what's being thrown at her. And that's what I respect. I respect someone who can deal with adversity. But that Cookie lady, oh my goodness, she came at her foul
with that attitude, and she walked up in there like she was Miss Hot Stuff. And you know, Kenya talked about, oh, the cookie lady is so much hotter and she looks so much better. But then when I saw her, I was like, no, she don't. She don't look better than Kenya at all. Like, she came in there looking like a hot mess, if you ask me. I'm like, you didn't get nowhere. You call yourself coming in there having some tea, but you didn't spill the tea. The tea got cold. It was not hot or nothing like that. It was dry, just like you know, coming in there thinking you was, and then she got a nasty attitude with her too. It's like, we didn't even get to see the cookies or nothing. Like, you didn't come on there and market your business or nothing.
No, I know, for real. Well, she had the cookies in her hand, and the lady said that she had good cookies. But yeah, she came in there looking a whole mess. She's a whole fraud. We all know that. But you are absolutely right about Tanya. She really don't let the shit get to her. She keep moving. She keep smiling. She keep going. She ain't taking it like that. And it's always good to have that type of spirit where nothing brings you down. Because let me tell you, shit would try to bring you down. Let me tell you, I be fighting against the shit.
No, and like, she brings a good balance to the show. Like, I just hate, you know, some shows, you know, I watch these shows for entertainment reasons, but I just hate to see my black women just get on national TV and degrade themselves, you know, and lower themselves for a paycheck. It's just like, if you not really that type of person deep down inside, it's like, why would you sell your soul to the devil? Because I feel like production can be the devil. They amp these women up to misbehave, you know, and for ratings. And I feel like they fall for it.
Yep.
And I'm just like, you need to have a plan. Like, a lot of these young women that get on these shows, especially black ones, I just feel like you can't make that your plan. I mean, that's your plan A, but to be successful, but you gotta have a plan B and a C at least. You can't just depend on plan A, because you could be in over your head and not even know it, and you can be like a one season wonder. You could get kicked right off that show or fired right off that show. And if you don't have a plan B or a C before you enter that situation, then you left like a chicken with its head cut off. Like, you gotta start all over.
That's very true. You have to brand yourself. You have to have more things. And, you know, it took some time for the ladies, but you see what Kenya Moore's doing with Kenya Moore Hair Care. You got Nene Leakes with her boutiques. And you got Marlo with her wigs. You got Candy Burris doing rolls, you know, getting her own spinoff. It has to be more. You can't put all your eggs in one basket. For real. And you absolutely have to have a plan. And that's what I say about, you know, the cast of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Like, okay, these girls out here doing a damn thing, people watching you, but what is your plan? Are you trying to become a household name? Like, what are you trying to brand? Because, okay, you're acting shady, you're doing this and that, but it could be stopping your bag at the same time. What are you promoting other than, like, we don't see your music, and that's what we don't see from the show. Everybody's a singer, everybody's, you know, even growing up hip hop, but we don't see your music. And that's the problem. You gotta have a plan, baby. If not, they'll spit you up and throw you out.
Yeah, they focus more on the drama instead of their goal. I just feel like you need to try before you enter that situation. Just ask production, like, how can you balance that out? Like, how can I get people to see my music? Or how can I expand my brand? Like, how can I, like, if this don't work out, how can I benefit from this show besides acting like a fool to stay on?
Exactly.
You know, and they don't do that. They just jump right in, just like Mark. I feel like he didn't know what he was getting himself into as far as being on the show, because he thought he could just be on the show and be Macho Man, and then, you know that the cameras was gonna pick up on stuff, pick up on what you do and show what you give. Like, on these shows, like the cameras, they gonna show what you give them. And if you giving them a lot of negativity, that's what they gonna show of you. And that's what we gonna see. We gonna see more bad than good.
Yep, and then they'll manufacture the shit to make you look bad, make it look even worse. You know?
Yeah, so that's why I say a lot of people lose lose themselves. I feel like Sky on Black Ink Crew, you know, she done lost her way. You know,
yeah.
and VH1 then exploited her and it made her look so bad. Like she done lost all touch with, you know, how the person that she probably wanted to be and how she, you know, wanted to portray herself. That's why I said that a lot of these women, if they don't want to end up like her, they need to really evaluate themselves and really, you know, ask themselves, is this worth it? You know, if I'm not benefiting from this and if I'm losing, like you said, losing money and, you know, losing and not networking and not benefiting from this, I don't need to be here. I need to try to be the best version of myself that I can be. And they just... They lose their values and their morals at the door.
Exactly. And I'm hearing from a lot of reality TV stars that are having like two seasons or maybe one season, and they are already talking about how their career is just going down the drain. Nobody wants to be bothered with them. And we even heard Tammy Roman said that she was afraid that other people, like, you know, networks and, you know, actually being on a scripted show wouldn't want her because they think that you're violent. They can create a narrative for you and you don't want that narrative. You got to do everything possible. If that narrative is not positive for you, you either got to walk away because it can really destroy your career, because every time you come online people will hate on you. And this is what I'm getting back from some reality TV stars, where they feel like being on the show now they feel like it hurt their career. And even, you know, their managers are saying the same thing, but they don't know how to just get up and walk away and make it better, you know, because now they feel like they need to create another avenue but be on TV so they can show something else. But when the hate gets real, when people automatically come after you and they don't like you for a certain reason because of what they have seen, it's going to be really hard to get through that. Oh, thank you so much. Yes.
I'm glad that Tammy left that show, basketball-wise. I'm so glad she left that show, because I'm like, I love Tammy when she was on Real World, and I liked her when she was on Mary's Boot Camp. And, you know, I just think, like, she one of the best women, you know, to ever do reality TV. And I'm just like, you know, I don't want to see her lose, you know, her bag or see her lose anything, because I just feel like she... like a black pioneer in a way, because she really started it in the 90s with Real World, because there wasn't no black women like her.
There were real black women. Real black women that wasn't fake trying to be somebody else. And and she didn't have all that other stuff. You know, and that's the thing. Once you find someone that's real, you know, we ride with them. And that's why we ride with OG, because somebody real. Like, you want somebody that's authentic. Somebody that you can actually relate to. And I think that's what Basketball Wives wasn't ready for. But, Tony, where are you in Michigan?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure it was you that I was on the phone with.
Yeah, that's me. That's the same one. I'm in Flint.
Yeah. Oh, so how is Kenya's from Michigan, right?
Detroit.
Yep. She. How's the water out there in Michigan? Is it better or is it the same?
I mean, it's about the same. I'm not really hearing that. I mean, it's a little better. It's not fixed. I'll tell you that. It's
damn.
Not fixed.
I can't believe it's still not fixed. That's so messed up that the water's still not fixed in Michigan.
Yeah, it's getting better, but like I said, it ain't completely fixed. I'll tell you that, because they would have been talking about it, blasting it all over everywhere. Yep. It would have been, you know, known all over the United States, but like it was when the water first got bad, how they used to mention it. And then Steve Harvey, he got a lot of nerves, you know, having, like, he had an audience, he had an episode, and he had an audience of people from Flint talking about the water situation. And then he makes a video afterwards, like a year or two later, he makes a video and says, oh, the people of Flint residents, enjoy your brown water.
Oh, no. That's why he's canceled in my book. He's been canceled.
Yeah, I'm like, really? I mean, how you gonna waste your time having a full hour talking about how bad the water is? He had Karen Weaver on there, and he was talking about the water situation, and people from Flint were sharing their stories in the audience and what they had to go through with the water. And then he makes, like a year or two later after that episode, he makes a separate video of that. I'm like, you just fake and phony, and you deserve to get canceled for that. And that's why his daughter, Lori, or his stepdaughter getting dragged. I'm not gonna say that's the reason, but still, he should have been, been a more of a father, to her, and she won't be the, turning out to be the loose young lady that she is.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, Tony. Please check out Tony's YouTube channel. He will be in the chat, and just subscribe to his YouTube channel. I appreciate you, Tony, for real, for real. It is. I still can't believe they haven't fixed the water out there. That's horrible, because they don't know. There has not been any study or any research done to know how it's going to affect the elderly, the middle age, and the kids, and in their brain function. And that's just so horrible. So horrible.
I know.
How they do our people.
And they said it was going to take, one time they said it was going to be $55 million, but since then, they haven't said no more else about how much it was going to cost to get it fixed.
Wow.
But they was setting new pipes in a lot of the homes and stuff like that. But other than that, they ain't made no major changes. Oh, but
wow.
I'm getting so off topic. I'm not going to be that much longer. I'm going to talk about the rest of the ladies. Like Candy, I feel like Candy is playing a game. You know how she played on Big Brother? How she stepped back and was cool, calm, and collected. I think she's doing that. Like this season, she's been showing that Big Brother game, because she's trying to be the peacemaker, but at the same time, she the bone collector. I'm like, you definitely playing the game.
She chose a side. Her side is Kenya Moore and Cynthia Bailey, but she will be respectful to the rest of the ladies, but she's not going to give them any ammunition to use against her to say that she is fake and phony when it comes to Kenya and Cynthia. And that aspect, to me, I think, she's gonna carry, she can maneuver in all the circles, and yes, you're right, Tia, Candy is the new bone collector, baby. She took over Sheree's job. And what else, Tony? Who else?
Oh, and I talked about Kenya. And Marlo, I liked how Marlo, comforted, Kenya. I feel like Marlo is getting better to some extent. She's still shady at times, can be a troublemaker, but she getting a little better. I see some improvement from her. But the main thing is those children, her taking care of them children, I think is what really woke her up and made her, behave a little better as far as she moves, because she don't want to set a bad example for those kids.
Yes. She's acting, she's really changing. She's really, and Candy sat down and had a conversation with her like, yo, you're under Nene, that's fine. People think you're her lapdog or whatever, but you need to branch out and make friends with the rest of the ladies. And it was nice to see, that Kenya Moore let Marlo comfort her. And then on top of that, she even picked her for the soccer team. So, that's good. Yeah. So you see where maybe she's warming up to Marlo, but she still got her eye on Marlo. But the situation with her and Nene, I think, production wants it, and it's a beef. And, two of the biggest people on the show that people really concerned about. So I don't know how long they're going to keep that going on. But it seems like Nene's trying to end it, but Kenya doesn't believe that Nene is genuine about it. And that's the situation.
No, she doesn't. And Eva, she just, I don't know. I think the reason why she been out is because of the pregnancy. But, outside of that, I think she would, I'm not going to cancel her and say they should fire her. But, I just think after the pregnancy is done, I just hope that she don't have another baby while she's filming. Because if that happens, I'm like, bye, Eva, because we don't see enough. We can't do 2 seasons in a row without seeing enough of you.
I know that's
right. Beautiful face, but you got to do more than have babies, honey. Because we need to see, because at the beginning of the season, she was throwing that shade. She was like, oh my God. I'm like, maybe she can be more truthful and step up and, admit that she's saying things and doing things. But no, you hide in the corner like a little kid when you get called out. Like you say, she taught that cash money talk, but ain't willing to back it up.
Nope, she ain't.
Or
She'll deny it.
For it.
She'll deny it right in front of you. Good night, Alicia. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and then Nene, on the other hand, I mean, I like Nene's efforts. She trying to make things right with Kenya more. But like I said, based on all the shade she has thrown at her, I can see why Kenya, is hesitant. But at the same time, I think Kenya, maybe not that night, that she was going through her problems with the announcement of the divorce. I admit that wasn't the right time. I felt like Nene should have waited, or should wait till the next day. At least give her the next day to try to talk to her. And if she can't talk, she should have stayed out there and took the cake, and then if she would have done that, I think that they could have had a conversation another time. So I felt like, Nene should have been a little bit more patient, at least give it another day. And if Kenya would have, been shady to her and not wanting to talk to her, then I would just say, forget it. I tried, but I'm not going to keep wasting my time.
Exactly.
So sometimes we got to learn patience. And I just feel like, I think they could have had a real good conversation had she been a little bit more patient.
And then we probably wouldn't have the beef that they've been having interview after interview, shading each other. But it is what it is. That's what the show is based on. Cynthia Bailey is the one that brought it up. Yes, she did.
Yeah, Cynthia. She should have known better. She doing too much. She doing the most, trying to get them together, and she should know, okay, Kenya going through this situation right now, and her and Nene is the last person that she wants to talk to right now. Nene or Cynthia could have been like, pull each of them to the side and be like, y'all should try to talk the next day and see how they go. Give it a day, get some sleep, get some rest, and y'all talk about it another time, but do it on your own terms, not me, or shall I say her, trying to set them up. She should stay out of their business and worry about herself.
Amen.
Especially try to be more secure when it comes to Mike, instead of worrying about what he done in the past. You can be concerned about it, but you don't have to let's be so concerned to the point where you insecure and fear that he might cheat on you. Like you said, therapy could be helpful as far as that goes.
That's true. All right. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you too. You the real MVP at this YouTube. I think you the best woman on YouTube.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I really do.
Thank you. I just wish the algorithm would feel that same way and put me here and put me there, put me all over the place. Lord have mercy.
But I think the people like more drama out of a lot of the other women on YouTube, how they be cussing and dragging people and roasting people. See, you not about that. You real, you authentic. You ain't got to hurt nobody's feelings to get your point across. You really professional, and you know how to express your opinion.
Thank you. But I do drag Evelyn. I do drag her. I ain't gonna even lie.
Yeah, she does it. For years.
I do drag Tati from Black Ink Crew. Only because of what they do, and it just seems like they're just using people. So them too, but I'm not that. I have backed off because at first, man, you weren't going around saying the N-word and you thinking it's all gravy and you disrespecting when people told you not to say it, and then you're going to file restraining orders, you're going to do all that crazy shit. Like, you really tried to destroy this woman's career. And I've been in a situation where people try to use the court system and the legal system to destroy you and take away stuff from you and try to paint this bad picture of you. And therefore, especially if they got a bigger voice and bigger pockets, it's just like, it's so hard. For real, it's hard, but thank you so much, Tony.
Yep, I love the way you be getting her, and I love OG, and I love the way you support her, because for years, Evelyn been doing stuff and getting away with it, and I'm glad somebody finally stood up to her and let her know that her game is over.
Amen.
Her run is over.
Amen. You know? For real. Like, she's all hiding. She's running to the court. She used to, make fun of the other girls going to the court. Now she's running to the court, baby. Thank you, Tony.
Yeah, you're welcome. You have a good night, and it's lovely talking to you, and I hope to talk to you again in the future.
Oh, amen. Me too. I feel the same way. You guys, please check out Tony's YouTube channel. He'll be in the chat room. You can click on the 3 dots and subscribe to him. Thank you, Tony.
Yes, you're welcome. You have a good night, and I'm still watching this video to the end.
Amen. Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye-bye. They need to fix that water in Michigan. I can't believe the water is still bad in Michigan. Imagine how that's going to affect generations and generations of the people that have to drink that water and not knowing any medical issues. That shit is crazy. What else y'all want to talk about? I was like, Lord. Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, I just can't believe all the shit that Kenya... I'm surprised Kenya Moore even opened up and said that Mark may have been cheating on her, and he has these text messages from this other woman. This other woman knows that he is married, but she wants to continue to sleep with him because she slept with him in the past. Like, yo, that's messed up. I know, Tia, it's sad that water is still bad. Like, that is just dirty. And, bottles, sometimes you got to get the best bottled water, or you have to have a home, a filtration system. I was looking at one of these systems. One of them costs $4,000. The other one costs $6,000.
To accept.
It's Mary Jane. What's your name and where you calling from? What's your name?
From New Jersey.
Okay, hey, what's up, girl? How you doing, Tia?
I'm good. I'm looking like, let's call her.
I know, I haven't talked to you on the phone in a while. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. After this show getting on my nerves.
It does. Like, you can't, if you have a side, if you have a person, then that's fine. But I just can't, and consciously, I just can't pick a side. I stopped picking sides. I only pick one side recently, and that's, OG side. Other than that, I don't never pick a side. I don't never have a favorite person. But, like, it's so much. Like, you can go back and forth. So, you know what? For me to enjoy the show, I just want to enjoy everybody and whatever they have to bring to. Because you pick a side, you be up in the chat rooms cussing out, baby.
That's argument. You right about that. I said I can OG sue her and get that money. I said I'm just tired of Evelyn Lozada.
Oh, I know, she needs to go.
I'm happy that Tammy changed.
Yes.
I said, because Tammy back in the day, I still can't get over how she bullied that girl in Miami. I would never get over that. She took a house but bullied her and all that stuff. So I just can't get over that. I said. But these reality shows think people from bring the worst out of people.
Nope, they don't care about like how the media is going to be susceptible to you. If people going to hate you, you're going to be public enemy. They want that because I keep people win. Like, I'm getting so many people that are telling me if Sky comes back on Black Ink Crew New York that they're not going to watch. No, I got at least like, maybe 700 or 800 people telling me that they don't want to watch the show if she comes back on to the show.
Yeah, I better start watching Black Ink Crew. I don't watch either one. I used to watch Chicago, but I don't watch that one either. I never got into Compton. But I said, what Sky is doing is crazy. She brought some boys on the show for a storyline. So I blame her for that. I said, why you put them kids on the show? And she just, I don't know what's wrong with her. I just don't like Sky at all.
I mean, like, it's just so crazy with her. Like, if you wasn't going to do right by them kids, or you felt like you couldn't do right by them kids and you wasn't ready, you should have just let people know, yes, I got 2 kids, I gave them up from adoption, and I'm not ready to be a part of their life. Even though she would have got a lot of flack for it, people might have understood because she was still, like, she's living her second childhood where now she has money, she has popularity, and she didn't have that growing up, and now, like, she's the it girl, and now that is slowly changing because what she displayed on the last episode, the way she talked to her son, Lord, he wasn't perfect either, because what he said to her, I would have got my teeth knocked out, or, you know, my parents would have been able to explain to me why I shouldn't say that and this is disrespectful, and then move on from that. But yeah, so what do you think about Mark? Now, what do you think about this woman and him yelling at her and the Uber? And there's somebody in the chat room that said that they believe that maybe the woman that Mark was messing with was at the event. Lord have mercy.
They probably was at the event knowing him.
Like,
She probably was at the event. I don't know if she know who the woman is. She probably she just know the woman live there. I don't know if she know how the woman look. I don't know if she actually really know the woman like that. I said, that's crazy. I said, Jane, when I found out, that's how I was looking at her. Like, when she was talking to Cynthia Belly about Mike cheating and stuff, how she was talking to her, it was like it was going on with her. So I was looking at it closely. I said, that's crazy. They don't look like they in love at all. They don't look like they in love. It look like he don't like her. I said, I don't know what's wrong with them. They got one of the weirdest relationships out of all of them. That's what the company. They don't look like they in love at all.
no.
I said, that's crazy. She filed for divorce after that event. I said, she want a happy family, all that stuff. I said, you can still have that. He don't got to be with you. Y'all can still be a happy family. You can raise his child. You can raise your child. But she can get married. She can get married again, or he can get married again. You don't got to be with him to have a happy family.
Exactly.
But either way, y'all can try to get that together, but you don't know if the marriage is going to last. So you don't know.
And that's the situation. And he's the one that said he wanted the public to know quick, fast, in a hurry that he separated and wanted divorce. You know, Kenya Moore was basically trying to say that he forced her hand because she didn't even really want to go there.
Yeah, but I think this is what I think he was doing. He didn't want to be on the show. So because some people say he using her. He didn't want to be on the show at all. So he didn't want to be on the show. She wanted him to be on the show. So I think he was on all this stuff because he didn't want to file for divorce because he already looked bad on the show. So he probably did all this stuff so she could file for divorce. And I remember in the interview she said that she trying to work out a marriage, but he wasn't coming to counseling. I think it was Wendy Williams' show. He wasn't coming.
No, he wouldn't agree. He wouldn't agree to counseling. He wouldn't agree to it. So they never even made an appointment because she wanted him to have counseling, and he wouldn't agree to counseling. He wouldn't say that he wanted to go. So he don't want to work the shit out, evidently.
Yeah, but I don't think. Well, another thing I think I don't think he's just a bad dude. Like, we don't see everything that's going on behind the scenes. He just how he come off on TV, just like I said, I don't know the whole marriage. But I said, it's weird. Like, when she get in a relationship with people on this show, it's always, like, weird. Her relationship always weird. It don't look like they in love or some type of drama. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on in her relationship. I said, I don't know if it's them or if it's her. I don't know. So this is her first marriage, and this is her first child. So I don't know. Because I see because I'm on this group on Facebook, this Real Housewife group, and they put on Facebook, they show her ex, the guy she was engaged to. He married now, he got kids and all that stuff. They're showing her, you look happy. I said, they shady. I said, dang. I said, I don't know what's going on with her. And with her and the Nene Leaf thing, she want an apology. Then you got to sit down and talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You got to sit down and talk so she can give you the apology. Like, she ignoring her, not trying to talk to her. Like, I said, maybe she overdid it, but I think she probably did that because she started saying, I kept reaching out to her, keep reaching out to her, and she don't reach back, or she not accepting it, so I'm not going to keep doing it. But she was being shady towards her, too. She think everybody else but her. I said, because Nene was basically saying, she said she been through a divorce, Portia, she said Cynthia. So I said, she said Cynthia. But I think she's being a little sincere there. But I said she just didn't want to step in. And I said the person who brought the whole thing up was Cynthia Bailey. She didn't want to say, "Oh, y'all should talk."
Yep, and
it wasn't right,
and she did, and she wasn't, and Kenya Moore wasn't ready. That moment would have ended fine. It was good because even Kenya Moore got a chance to see that, Tanya brought something up to her and said maybe Nene would take it this way. You have Candy bringing it up to Kenya Moore, and she was susceptible to it, and she was gonna go out there, offer her that dessert, and everything was gonna be good.
Yeah, but I said they want to do that. It should be them two, and probably somebody else, not in front of all the girls. Should that be them two? If Cynthia really wanted to do that, they could have whistled it in Greece, and they could have talk about it, but they had to do it in front of everybody. I know everybody was like, "Oh, she better say same thing, Nene." I said, "I don't know." I said, "This whole situation crazy." I said, "I don't know what's wrong with these girls. If you want an apology, if you don't, you don't. If you don't want to talk to the person, that means you don't want the apology at all."
Exactly.
Yeah. And maybe she apologized on the reunion or something. I don't know. But I said, Nene, Lisa, Kenya, this, they beefing on my nerves. But they been beefing the whole season.
The whole entire season.
They're going to try to fight again.
Yep. So the reunion, you already know, is going to be off the chain. It's like they've been beefing the whole season, and a lot of it's been off of, the show. It's been basically through the blogs.
Yeah, they better off the show. But I said, Yvonne, she going to be at the reunion. I said, Eva. I said, I like Eva. But she don't bring nothing to the show. She like a little boring.
Oh, she don't bring nothing to the show. She did in the beginning, like Tony said in the beginning, she did. But it's just like she doesn't. It's just like it's hard to rock with her because she changes her story. She's not gonna stand in whatever she says. If she agree with you and this and that, she's not gonna stand in. And it almost seems like she's trying to back away from anything that she has to give her opinion to.
Well, I think Portia or somebody. I think it was Portia. She said that Eva called her a nappy. She said something ignorant, Eva.
Yeah, she called them nappy. She called them nappy heads. She said they got nappy hair. But then she said, like, I'm not taking it back because I'm the queen of the nappy heads. My mother's the queen of the nappy heads. My daughter is the queen of the nappy heads. I didn't mean it that way. Blah blah blah. In the third, and then she was talking about Portia. She needs to go, check out them blogs instead of worrying about if I want to bring my kids around Kenya Moore or not. But then she changed that around, like she didn't mean it that way. And then, when Portia asked her about it, she was like, no, it didn't happen. No, I did not say it. Candy Burrs is looking at her like, girl, don't you know we got cameras out here in this bitch?
She didn't say that. I was looking at her like, that's own up to it. They going to do a playback. Andy, he's the shadiest out of them all. He going to do playbacks and all that stuff. And another thing, I said, I agree with Nene Lee. When you were Candy Burrs and Cynthia King, they was at the airport outside of it where she said don't bring up the divorce, and I agree with Nene Lee said. She said Nene basically said like, well, Kenya, look what she did at Tanya, look what she did at Faith, the favorite part, Portia Williams. I said, yeah, you can't tell somebody not to bring up something, and the other person did it to other people.
And then Marlo, and then Marlo said that Kenya would bring it up if it was somebody else's relationship. So I think Candy was trying to be, the friend to Kenya Moore and basically see if she can basically get the girls to fall in line or maybe, ease up a little bit because that's her girl. But they're like, no, that's not going to happen. We gonna bring it.
Yeah, and I'm a different type of friend. Like the whole thing with Tanya, she Katie Burris loyal to Kenya, but if that was my friend, I said don't do that type of stuff. I would tell the person off. She probably said she did it off camera, but she probably do it on camera. So people thinking like, you think that's okay? I would tell my friend, don't you do that. She should have. Kenya should be worried about her own relationship and her relationship breaking up. And Tanya and Paul, they still together. I said when he came to, I said I don't know if he talked to anybody like that. He really didn't talk to nobody. He can't even drop the off. I don't know if he probably said hi from a distance.
Yeah, I know. They didn't even show him saying hi to the rest of the gang. He just said hi to Portia. Blas and 30 kept it moving, but it was so nice to see that Tanya didn't take anything personal. She kept it moving. She kept going. And she's just doing her thing. And she's not going to let nobody bring her down and make her feel less than. She's just basically going to forgive and forget and not take it to the heart. She's not taking it personal. This is a job. This is a paycheck.
Yeah, that's why she don't want to be a full-time housewife. She is this. She don't want to mess up her brand or anything like that.
And plus, she got real money. She got a real business, real money. They got real stuff that, you know, they can't dedicate so much time to the show or mess up your brand, because they can't mess up your brand. Your brand can be messed up.
And they got that loan money.
Yep.
I said they got that loan money. Like, they be doing charity events with Oprah. They be doing Oprah, all that stuff. They got loan money. I said they got loan money. And I said, they do. So I sent an interview with Kenya, and they were talking about who's on Rachel, they said something like who got money, who don't. And she said Marla, she said Nene Lee, I think she said Tanya, and she always saying, like, you know how she always say, oh, I'm a self-made millionaire.
Yep.
I didn't get off a man. I said, was you a millionaire before the show? Because cause she was there, like, well, she did acting, but she was never like the star. She was never a star of the show. She was like an extra, or had like a couple of lines. I never seen her really star in anything. I said, who cares if they had a man if they got a man with money? Who cares? Don't mean they not self-made millionaires.
Well, yeah.
Can't live off themselves.
Marlo was messing with a billionaire at one point in time.
Yeah. She was. She was messing with a billionaire.
She was with a billionaire for a minute. He had her contracted out. He had that punani on consignment.
Yeah, that's always her ball game. We mess around a billionaire.
Oh yeah,
and the
billionaire.
whole thing was a charity event. I think what that Kenya one was being disrespectful to Marlo. That's how she was saying. She said they didn't pay for the ticket, and she was 2 other people. I said, why you said? I said that was disrespectful to some kids. I said those kids.
I know, but
nobody calling her out for that. Nobody calls her out for that. Like, you was being distracted to them boys. I get it, you been distracted to Marlo, but you been distracted to them kids too. But she was told she ain't paid for a ticket.
Yeah, she was like, "You guys owe me $750." She was pissed. But she wasn't really pissed at Marlo. We know why she was really pissed, is because this guy don't give a damn about her. He mistreated, and it seemed like, you know, she said that he didn't tell her to. He said he told her 3 days in advance of what he was he needed her to dress him, and then she goes, "No, you just told me this morning when we woke up." Then she brings him the suits. He don't like it. He's changing the seat around. He's doing all types of fugazi shit, known as getting under her skin. If he was man enough, he should have just said, "You know what? I don't want you there," but he didn't. So, you know, and they didn't even, and so. You know, them not showing up at the event together, like being a unit, being united, that was a big sign too. Cause Cynthia and, you know, her man, you know, Mike Hill, they came there together. Then he ignored them like he didn't even see them. Oh, I was like, Lord, what are you doing?
I was looking like, damn. I took down all the school. He did them. He straight did them.
He did.
He shook hands with everybody else. He came back to them. Like, oh, hey, like, he just see them.
Yeah, I know. I was like, he is a whole fool. And he did that again to Kenya Moore when she was trying to talk to him. But what about him? You know, we don't know if he actually had sex with this woman while he was married to Kenya Moore. But why is he still having this woman texting him and still wanting to be physical with him when he's married?
That's what I said. That's no point. Oh, my God.
Like, no. Could you imagine? Like, your man being hit up by somebody he just been with or whatever. Now you married and, you know, he's still in contact. He won't block her or nothing like that. Like, I don't know how they deal with it. I would have been, and then she had to call a woman. You know, that's like high school little kid shit where you got to call a woman and be like, yo, that's my man. And, you know, oh no, she was like, that's my husband. I'm Mrs. Daly. Like, you shouldn't even be living in that type. That should not even be in your space. And he knows that she's a celebrity. He knows, but somebody's going to spill the beans. You know, if that woman really exists and that really happened, that woman might get out there, or the production company might be looking for her. They probably already tried to contact
Bravo.
Mark's
Don't break on the
ex.
show.
Yep, and Mark's ex, and his children. You know how they get down. They want to get all the information. So it's just like
Plus,
Kenya Moore seems
I
like
was
she don't
saying,
want to throw anything at Mark. Like she's being very careful what she says because she said he's a ticking time bomb in so many different words.
and plus, the production, like you said, people might be looking for the production. She will be mad if somebody put that lady on the show, like she was put the lady on the show.
That's what Nene Leakes said. Nene Leakes said, "What about we bring Mark's baby mother?" She said that in an interview.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was on Watch What Happens Live that she said that, but I don't know what's like. It's sometimes it makes you think like, is this shit really real between Kenya Moore and Mark Daly? Because why is this is going on between them? Like it looks crazy. Like he really looks crazy on TV. Like, yo, is this shit real? Or you guys just trying to break up? If he's just trying to walk away from her, like what's going on? Because like Melissa Smith said, there's two sides to a story. But damn, he seems like he's the one that filed for divorce first, or let the public know. Like it seems like he wants to rid of her from his life. I don't know how he gonna do that.
Because I saw that video. I forgot when it was when they was holding hands. I think it was in a mall or something. I don't know what they said. They was holding hands. Him and Kenya.
And look cute.
And I said, I don't know what's going on with that situation. I hope he be at the reunion. Hopefully we see Mark at the reunion.
Oh my goodness. You think he's gonna be at the reunion?
I don't know.
Oh, that would be crazy, but the reunion is gonna be crazy. Because everybody's been talking shit online that's been on the show. So they're gonna, Bravo's gonna bring up all the comments, all the shit that they said. It's gonna be crazy.
I just can't. I want to see Yvonne at the reunion. And I said she was saying something about Candy Burris, Portia. But she been coming at the Candy Burris. She said something about Candy. I forgot what she said about Candy. Well, she didn't come at the Candy. So I want to see Candy, how argue. I said, even though Yvonne, she did that, she the whole recording thing. I don't know if she said recording, but I said she probably bring more drama than Eva. I don't know. I said I want you to bring her on the show, bring her back to the show, so they can argue with her. She doing all these interviews about the show.
I know.
Bring her back. That's what I want to see. I want this to happen.
Eva just has a situation with her daughter, Kevin McCall. If they bring Kevin McCall on the show, it'd be crazy. And then she had the little situation. She had this.
Cool down.
Oh, that shit would be crazy if they bring that man on the
videos
show.
up on her Instagram. Yvonne Instagram, her even cool now. But Kevin McCall, they bring him on the show. They gonna have to hire extra security.
I know. She would probably quit the show. She would quit if they bring him on the show.
Yeah, but he's crazy. He's the whole different type of crazy. That boy, I don't know what's going on.
Yep, it's just crazy. Yeah, it's a damn shame. Yeah, it's crazy. I just wish that they had a chance to actually talk. And then, I don't know if Kenya Moore heard the comments that Nene said when she was leaving. Candy's going to give, Kenya Moore all the events. So we know that there's going to be a scene where Nene's going to, imitate, like she's going to be spitting on Kenya. So we know that this trip is not going to bring a friendship between Nene or Kenya Moore. Point blank. They had a time and moment right there where they possibly could have had a truce, and then from that truce, then we could really just be like, whoever messes up that truth is, bring the sky down on them. But we ain't gonna see that because it ain't gonna happen. Eva's like the friend of a housewife. She is so boring and dumb. Lord have mercy. Happy days. So what do you think about, when it comes, do you think Nene was actually sincere when she was asking, Kenya Moore, how's she doing when it was at the table?
I do think she probably was sincere.
Okay.
It did sound like she was sincere, because she was being shady when they first came to the trip, but that's when they was getting along. She probably was sincere when she said, I asked how she was doing. She was saying that she went to She said the people who went through a divorce, that she probably wasn't there when how she doing.
Because before, you know, she even asked Kenya Moore that. Cynthia Bailey went to her and was like, yo, listen, can you talk to Kenya? And Blase in the third. So it felt like Nene was like, okay, I'm doing a big sister role. Cynthia believes this. You know, maybe Cynthia talked to, you know, Kenya, and it was like, damn. And then when, you know, Kenya Moore was like, I'm going to bed. I'm going to check on Brooklyn. It went downhill from there.
Yeah, because, yeah, I agree with Cynthia. She said, can you talk to her? Because Nene Leakes had been married the longest, and she knew Greg longer than all these other girls who they do. She got divorced, they got married again, and so like I get why she told her to talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally get that, because she had been with Greg for a long time. Like they've been through the ups and downs, and with the kids, she know all about that stuff. So I said, I do think she's been sincere. She wants to know how she was doing. I said, well then when she ain't thank her, then that's what then she left the table in the house. That was shady. I'd have been like, what the hell? I said, the Candy Rose the one that on the app.
That's true.
Candy for that situation. Candy brought Candy. Cynthia Bailey brought that up. The Candy was trying to talk to Nene, so she's bringing you dessert.
Yeah.
I said, why she probably like she bringing me dessert, but she walked away. Like what's that said? Oh, can y'all stay here a little longer? She just went out. I'm going to sleep. That was very shady.
Cause she had forgot the fork. She forgot the fork. She went back to get the fork, and then that's when Nene was like, "The hell with this shit! I've been snubbed." Then Marla was like, "I can't believe Kenya Moore doesn't want to talk to her," and you know, with the fellowship, and you know they had liquor in the system because Marla brought her own big ass bottle. She wasn't feeling the situation, and then it went left. And it ended on a good note at the table until Cynthia Bailey said, "I think Nene Leakes and Kenya Moore should fellowship." Because at the end of the day, Kenya Moore was like, hot girl summer, let's just have a good time. And it just went downhill.
Yeah, it did. I don't think Nene Leakes want to be her friend. But I do think Nene Leakes just want to get her an apology. I don't think they're going to be cool.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't really think they ever really got along. Like, I don't know. They two people that's not going to be cool. I'm surprised. Well, somebody Nene Leakes cool with Kim, but they had a friendship, then they had hella falling out. That's a whole different situation. But I don't think these two ever been that cool or ever really been friends.
They've been cool, but not cool. Like, hey, what you wearing, girl? I'm wearing this too. Oh, hey, how you doing? Not like that, but. So, yeah, the situation, it is what it is. The reunion is going to be crazy off the chain. It's going to be a mess, baby. Lord have mercy. But Candy Burris is raking in. She got her a spin-off show with her mama and her aunties. Todd done put the restaurant together. They're doing their thing.
This is her fourth one, right? Her first one, she had the wedding. She had the show Candy Coated tonight. I think she had another show, which on a ski trip. And I think she had to go with skate.
She had the one with that, yep.
I think she was looking for talent. I forgot the other show. But I said maybe she'll do good in this show and she can have her own show. Look at Lisa Vanderpump. I think her name is Lisa Vanderpump. She got Vanderpump Rules, and that show in its 8th season, I think. I don't know how many seasons that show in.
Mm-hmm.
But when she got her spin-off show, she took it. She just keep going. Like Kim Zolciak got her own spin-off show. So some people do it. Maybe Candy Burris might have her own spin-off show and just do her next show. Probably lead a housewife. I won't be surprised to lead a housewife.
Yeah, then, build and then open the doors for more people that's on Real Housewives of Atlanta or other shows that are women of color that get a spin-off show that lasts for a long time, because Kim got hers and it's lasted for, I don't know if Tori on the Party is still on TV. I never see it. But hopefully the rest of them, because they're saying that Nene Leakes was supposed to get a spin-off show about her boutiques, yeah,
I like that.
That'll be interesting. I wonder if Nene Leakes is going to be back next season as Happy Days. She said that she's going to figure out what's best for her at the end of the day. That's what she's been saying at every time she ends an interview, that she's getting together with her team to figure out if it's a good situation for her. But it seems like Nene Leakes is more happy and more confident, because at first watching her and seeing her on her YouTube channel, she was down. She was talking about all this stuff happening. We got the Lisa Bloom situation, and she's supposed to be suing someone. Some people think it was Bravo. Some people think it was other business deals. And then all of a sudden, we seen her on Watch What Happens Live, and now it seems like she has, glowed up a little bit. Like she's not in that mood where, like, she feels like everybody's against her and she's down and out. It seems like she's been, I don't know, she's more positive now.
And I think she's cool with Andy Cohen now. They want to eat all that stuff. I sent a picture with them. They all cool now.
And they've been dancing, having a good time. I seen them dancing and everything else like that. So we'll see what happens. The reunion's going to be shady. The reunion, the ladies are probably already done talk to each other and everything. Candy is winning. She is the poster child for this platform. She be making that bread. Yeah, Candy Burris has always been making that bread. If anybody wants to follow in any footsteps, it should be hers. If you start with reality TV, if you don't have the background she has, but think about making something big. Hey, Levon, how you doing?
Yeah, the Candy Burris is one. Plus, she been ever since the 90s, so she's been winning. She was unscathed. She did songwriting. She wrote a lot of songs.
Oh, she wrote for a lot of people. Yep, yep. Yeah. She didn't get on this show and get lazy. She got on this show and just kept inventing, kept promoting, kept doing stuff, and kept going. Like she already had other avenues of money. She just created hundreds of more avenues of money to come in so she can create generational wealth for her family. What'd you say?
I said, I'll talk about the restaurant.
Yep, they got the shit popping. They got it going on and it's gonna be filmed now. I was like, Lord have mercy.
Congratulations to them. And the whole thing with Nene Leakes and Wendy Williams, when she's on the Breakfast, she's talking about she would have got own talk show. And Charlamagne the guy was asking about it. He said, who you think? She said she think it was Wendy Williams' husband that messed up the show.
Yeah, Kevin Hunter that stopped her bag.
I said, people saying, she was saying, like, how can she be friends with Wendy Williams? I said, yeah, that is true. I said, maybe he thought you was gonna take Wendy Williams' spot because I don't know why they think. Well, that's how they be doing. Like to be one black person on TV doing the talk show, and we got all these white talk shows. So maybe he probably thought she was gonna take his wife out the way. I don't know what happened.
Well, he's already a hater, and then probably she felt competition that maybe because it's not like she's a brand new face. She probably felt it, and maybe Kevin Hunter put it in her head because he was in control of everything, but she probably agreed along with it too. Oh, this can mess you up and blah blah blah. So I was like, damn, but she's not with Kevin Hunter no more, and we have heard stories that Kevin Hunter was controlling. He was in control of all the contracts and the deals or whatever. But like you said, that crab in a barrel type of mentality where Nene could have had a show, and then the same thing happened to Tamar Braxton when she had a show, but it seems like Wendy was more in promoting Jerry O than anybody else, but she wasn't with Kevin Hunter at the time. So I would be looking at her side eye, but it seems like she's forgiving Wendy Williams because I think their relationship, they benefit each other, and it could be a lot more deeper with the Kevin Hunter situation because he didn't want, Tyrese on the show. He got rid of Charlamagne. Wendy Williams wasn't on, dealing with Andy because, I don't like Andy, but anyways, she wasn't going on his show. Andy couldn't come on her show. So he was in control of a lot of the bookings and, who can get what and what here and there. But it would have been crazy if they would have had all three of the women on TV. That would have been more of a powerhouse, and they can, piggyback off each other too as well. But, when people feel like, oh, you might outshine me.
The whole thing with Tamar Braxton saying that Lonnie Love did it. And Lonnie Love gonna tell that lady, she said, when you help people, you put money in people's pockets. I said, she actually put money in your pocket. She was writing your joke. But just like if somebody writing songs for somebody, they put money in your pocket. So I said, so the whole thing with Lonnie Love and Tamar, I don't know the situation, but I still watch the show because I like to support them. But the show that's gonna feel the same. I do miss Tamar. For some reason, I don't like I forgot the girl name, the girl that they added to the show. I said, I don't like her. I just miss Tamar. I said she was as funny, she was as natural. I gotta dismiss her. I said, I said, show.
But she got a new show. She got a new show. Tamar got a new show. And so I'm going to check that show out. And then.
What's your speaker?
I don't know. I can't remember. But I read it, Friday, that she has a new show. I don't know what station it's on.
She was talking about it somewhere. I heard about it. It's like a show. They supposed to be helping some people. I forgot what it is. I forgot what the show called. She was talking about it. I said that whole thing with Lonnie Love, that's shady. I don't know what to believe. Well, it wouldn't shock me. It wouldn't shock me at all if she actually did do that.
I believe she did. Tamar Braxton spinoff, Get Your Life. So that's the name of the show, Get Your Life. It's going to be a spinoff. Yeah. And let's see what it's going to be. Reality, Tony Braxton singing. It's going to be on YandyTV. So we got, Waka Flocka, Tammy, and now we have Tamar Braxton is going to be on YandyTV with their show. And everyone's saying that YandyTV pays good, baby. They pay them good ducats.
Yeah. Yeah, I said, Lonnie Love did do that. She wants to be the probably only black girl on the show. I said, I'm just over. I'm just over Lonnie Love. Because, Tamara she makes, but she like, Tamara, she ain't taking my shine. Tamar was just taking the shine, and when they did that anniversary, but they've been on a show, but they've been doing it for a couple of years. It felt like a little weird not saying Tamar there, like saying the other girl there.
Oh yeah, Angela Rye. I don't know if her name is Angela.
I forgot her name. She on Insecure and all that stuff, and she beefing with the people Insecure.
Yep.
I forgot her name. I remember the lady came in this interview with them. She said, the white lady, she said, you new on the show. And she was trying to say, do y'all got beef? She got the ladies together. But I said, they did how they was acting like they got beef. They be rolling their eyes, making them faces. Hey, calm down. I said, that's so weird that the Lonnie Love said something about Tamar. Oh, this shit, she said something about this shit. I forgot what she said. I said, I'm like, what? I said, whatever, girl. Don't even bring up my name. I know Tamar say that does. Don't bring up my name. Then when she came on Wendy Williams show, she said, that little show, The Real, and Lonnie does something, an Emmy Award winning show. I said, not only because your show Emmy Award, you're better. I said, because look at Wendy Williams show. Look who she up against. She up against Ellen. She's not gonna be Ellen show. She ain't gonna be on white shows. She ain't gonna be her. I said, that whole thing is just shady. Steve Harvey, I hate talking about Steve Harvey.
I know. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. He treat his white kids, but he treat his own kids.
And that's what they do. That's exactly what they do.
Well, I said Romeo Miller, he quit going at that, but I said this with the Breakfast Club. And Master P said JoJo not about that life. Oh shit. He's not. And when Master P said he was running, he left. He said he don't want to be in a love triangle. But they said that when they the one that started the show, Master P and Romeo. They said when they first did the show, they started the whole thing. They said they thought the show started becoming violent and about drama. I said, yeah, it did. It started becoming about violence. Because on the Atlanta one, they've been violent. You said people fighting, but it was them people fighting. But on this one, I said, this one is crazy. I said, my boy Romeo Miller quit. Dang, right? If he left too, I said, what the heck?
And supposedly Sam quit too. I don't know if Sam is going to stay quit, but you got Romeo and Sam quitting that show. I don't know who they're going to get to replace. So
you said Sam quit?
Sam said he quit, but I don't know if he's going to change his mind. He told me he quit the show. He's quit the show.
Oh, you did an interview with him?
Mm-hmm.
I got to see the interview. I don't like Sam at all, but I said, I got to see the interview. And I said, Egypt and that Brianna Ethan. I said,
I know, they're going to fight. It's coming back on in April. So now it's going to be off, but it's going to be back. I don't know if they're talking about next April or the April coming up. So I'm thinking it's coming back in April. That's what I got, that it's coming back in April. Because it was a season finale.
Brianna going to fight. And Brianna, I seen her on Instagram. She was saying that the producers told her not to hit nobody, don't hit Egypt. You know, producers called her, so she come in. I said she was coming in for a fight. She would have been dressed in her sweatpants and stuff. So the producer, if you hit her, you're going to be fired and all that stuff. I said, these producers. I said, dang. I said, they fighting.
I know.
My Stan going to be laughing about it. But I don't think she actually beat Brianna up. I think she doesn't. I think that she was on some stairs. So I don't think she was expecting it at all.
No, she said it was a sucker punch, and then Sam said it was a one quick hitter.
No, it wasn't. I said that's a whole sucker punch. Because you want to fight somebody, you do it because you knew security was around. If you want to fight somebody, you're really about that life, you'll fight them on camera. But they're not really about that life. I said, if Brianna leave the show, but Brianna, I don't like her. She actually brings drama to the show. She actually brings us to the show. Because sometimes the show could be boring.
They need somebody like Brianna. They need somebody like her on the show, but this situation...
Brianna remind me of Play for your daughter. They remind me of each other. They don't take crap. Brianna played for your daughter. But I said, I ain't like how she did my girl Christine in the bars. I like her.
Yeah. She left the show. I was like, damn, Christina, but didn't you say she's getting married?
Yeah, she's engaged.
Oh, she's
engaged. On Instagram, I was saying, are you going to collect that show? She said, I'm not coming back to that show. She said, I live in Vegas now. She said, I don't want to be in that show. I left that show. Her cousin was on the show too. Her cousin left too.
Yep. She ended up leaving the show too as well. I don't know if she left the show or they told her not to come back. I don't know.
Brianna was beefing. Brianna.
It's just crazy.
I said, but I like the New York one too. The New York one is good. I liked the first season. Old Dirty Bastard, fine kids, everybody. Medina. I want to select her. I said, Medina, annoying. Charlie Baltimore beefing. She was a kid. I said, little mama father don't play. He got Medina face. So I was looking at him like he don't play. He went up to Medina. The dang. I said that first season was good. I gotta be honest. But Medina and Charlie Baltimore, she gotta stay this and Charlie Baltimore. I said Charlie Baltimore. She wasn't scared. She said my hair is real. She said you want to see this real? But Charlie Baltimore wasn't scared of you, Medina. Because I don't fight in restaurants. So what you all that mouth? So Medina sit down, her niece. Sit down. And Bow Wow, he going to Atlanta one, and they going to show him on the LA one. I said, I guess some of these people going to be at every one. I said, Bow Wow. I said, Angela and Bow Wow, I'm tired of them. But I said, Bow Wow, I don't know when he going to be ready to settle down.
Never. No time soon. When his peanuts stop working, that's when he'll be ready to settle down.
Yeah. I said, Bow Wow, that's the whole ball game. I said, all these people. And Stevie J, what he said about the hair, I was laughing. And that trick daddy get on, I think he was on Instagram Live responding to Stevie J.
Oh yeah, he did. He responded to him.
I said, trick daddy, fix your hairline first. Because people talking about your hair too. They ain't talking about your hair, but I actually agree with Stevie J. People ain't really dissing the girl. He said, I think he was basically saying like the people who do the hair and makeup need to start doing their hair better. I said, yeah, he's right. Some of their hair do be looking messed up. And they makeup. And sometimes the girl hood brush. She was like, you ever seen a movie 2 on Food with
Oh, you're so wrong for that. You better not say she looked like Wesley Snipes.
She said sometimes they hair be messed up. And I think Trina, she said something like that. I ain't always good. They ain't talking about you, he's talking about everybody else. He's talking about everybody else. I said, sometimes their hair do look messed up. They ain't lying. I said they got on her. But this season been good. I love him for Miami. I'm surprised. For the first 2 seasons, I didn't like the first season, but this season is just. I love the season. I'm happy for Monica Baker is going. Sharp is going. I'm surprised Prince is going.
I know, but Amada, she really left homeboy. I don't know if she really left him or not, but she doesn't want him digging in her pockets no more. And her and Shay are going to be going back and forth pretty soon. They already went back and forth online because how Amada just dropped, MJ and basically believing what the other woman said. So, that's the situation. So it's going down. Like everybody's having men problems. Lord, thank God I don't got that problem.
I don't think she's believing on what the woman says, she probably thinking like what she's saying is the thing that I go through. Like I'm paying all the bills.
Exactly.
She's paying all the bills. She don't got no job, so she's saying facts. Like she took it, but he moved in with her so quick, and they only been together for like a year. You can move in quick, but if something happens to her, like the girl said, who is gonna pay the bills? Can you pay your mortgage? No,
He can't do none of that because he's still struggling. He actually has a YouTube channel, and he has music out. He's been. I haven't even clicked on and listened to his music. I don't know if he can sing or not. Could he sing?
Yeah, I think he could. He could do more than this music. He gotta start getting some other hustles. That's like when you talk about the people from. I think you're talking from Miami. They doing this music career. Do something more than music. Music is not gonna work for everybody. He's gotta do more than just music. It's not gonna work out for everybody.
What do you think about Megan Thee Stallion's new her new EP? Because now she finally released music. You know, some of the songs were okay. You know, she did some remakes with Tupac's song. You know, and Carl Crawford basically is calling a whole foul situation with Meg that he basically did what he was supposed to do with her. She got a good contract, and basically, you know, he feels like shit. He was betrayed.
I think new EP was okay. I agree with you. I like the song, the BICCA song. I like that. Some of the songs like sounded the same. It wasn't like I think her last project. I think it was Fever or something. But I like it was some better songs on that. Big old people like some better songs on that. But this EP didn't really impress me. But she probably put out this like, this not album material. I don't know. But the whole thing with Carl Crawford, I'm giving her the side eye. And she said she was 20 years old. She's like 24, right? She look older, but she's like 24. I said, you signed to that label 2 years ago, so how would you 20 years old? You was 20. I could do that's basic 9.
Well, so
she thought about that.
Yeah, she was actually 23. Her mother was actually there, and her mother was her manager at the time. And then there was a lawyer there too as well. And so basically, you know, the people at Rock Nation felt like, I can help. Where's I cut? You know, you're going to be paying Carl Crawford. You're going to be paying Jay Prince and paying for your hair, your makeup, and all this other stuff. Where's I cut? And it was like, oh, there's something wrong with your contract. And so basically her mother felt something with Carl, even though RIP to her mother, mother's gone. But maybe there's something in the contract that Megan really thinks that, Rock Nation is going to do better by her. But her mother trusts and called and believed in him too as well. But you know what? Let me let you go because there's another call.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay. Peace.
Peace. One love. Yes. Where you calling? Your name and where you calling from?
I sent the caller's voicemail. Goodbye.
I guess I don't know. I guess the person, I was trying to give somebody else another chance, to have a conversation. But we was talking about Meg or whatever. So the situation with Meg and, Carl Crawford is a whole situation. So hopefully we wish her the best, that everything goes down with her situation. But it seems like she really did have a good deal when it came to, Carl Crawford and his label, because they was actually offering her, her part of her master. Hey, Jacob Bites. Good morning to you too from Scotland. Please subscribe to Jacob Bites till Megan is signed to another label too. I think it's called 300. Yeah, 300 1501. And then people were saying that the reason why Rock Nation came in because she got to pay 300 1501 or 1500 or whatever, and they weren't gonna get their cut. And so basically they don't. Carl Crawford is just like basically Megan Thee Stallion is lying, but her music came out. And it is what it is. So hopefully, everything works out with her and Rock Nation. Hopefully she made a good decision for her career and she did not just let people brainwash her because of, the glitz and the glam and whatever thing that's gold and diamond and shining and sparkling might not be all that, glittering. Because if you ask about Kanye contract, Kanye can't, retire and his contract with Rock Nation. And then if you ask, Beanie Siegel, Young Chris, all the people that were signed back then to, Rockefeller and, you know, Jay-Z, and they basically got screwed over. 2 Chainz said Roc Nation want you to get rid of the people that you started off with. Yep. That is true, because they want to basically set that foundation for you, so there will be no second guesses, no second questions. Whatever I say, go. Mary Jane, you took the words out of my mouth. So, like, it's a crazy situation. So I'm just like, damn. Like, you know, hey, I guess she felt like it was the best thing to do for herself. You know, sometimes when people convince you and everything else, but Cole Crawford is owed money and he wants his money too as well. But, you know, and everyone's talking about, you know, if you look at Jay-Z's first contract, he didn't even have his master. So she's getting half of her master. It's a 60-40 deal, I believe. I think it was something like that. And, you know, basically Cole Crawford is saying that everything that Megan is saying is true. She's greedy and she's trying to take money, you know, from him. And basically he said he never tried to take money from her. All he did was give. And basically he felt betrayed by the situation, and he's not going to take it from Roc Nation. She's going to do what he's going to do what he needs to do. He goes, what contract gives part of their masters 40% of royalties and that kind of stuff? Ask Jay-Z to pull one of his artists' first contract and let's compare it to Megan's contract. I guarantee you they won't ever show you that. So basically he's saying you got 40% of your masters, you know. And then it's the crazy situation how Jay-Z got all his master. Cole said, what Jay-Z give you your masters, talk to his other artists. Exactly. And artists should own their masters all day, every day. It says, and so in a court document in the position, it says literally requires 1501 to do nothing while taking 60% of recording income. She also alleged there's a provision, you know, providing that all monetary paid to or on behalf of Megan are recouped from royalties payments to Megan. According to the document, she also alleges there's a provision that all royalties payable to third parties such as producers, mixers and remixes and feature artists are paid solely out of Megan's 40% interest. The defendant takes the vast majority of the recording income, and Megan is left making very little from her. That's what the documents are saying. Although 1501 is required to do nothing, and in fact is to do nothing, the document states that 60-40 split is well below industry standards. In addition, in return for defendants' interest, they would be expected to perform standard record label functions as far as, you know, A&R, manufacturing, promotion, advertising, and accounting, which they are not performing, relying entirely on 300 Entertainment and, you know, Megan's manager to do that. So, you know, you got two sides to a story. I am worried for her. I don't think she knows the complete and that out of business and doesn't have a good support team. When her mother, yeah, that's the thing. She doesn't have her mother around, you know, and, you know, she trusted her mother. So right now people play on, you know, especially if you're a young woman and you lose your mother in your 20s, people play on that situation. They try to send women in there that are older and try to play that mommy role with you and, like, you know, God bless, we with you, baby, and try to talk to you as your mother would talk to you. Even try to imitate your mother too as well when you're dealing with big issues and big contracts like this. Just like the police department, when they're questioning you, they find out you like Jesus, they find like you a Buddhist, whatever, they play up on that situation to get you to where they want to get you. And this could be the situation that Megan could be going through, but hopefully there's somebody in her corner. Hopefully, you know, God is in her corner. She got a spiritual guide to help her make sure she makes the right decisions too as well. But the relationship is most likely sour with, you know, 300 and 1501. So I wonder if they can ever, you know, work that situation out, but I don't think so, because she's rocking with, you know, Roc Nation, and that's who she's rocking with, and that's just gonna be it right now. I am at this point wouldn't be surprised too. Jay-Z's pretty much owned that girl. I wish she had better people around her to help make a true a true decision. They are not even providing the promotion and marketing. What the hell are they good then for? I guess that's what, you know, Roc Nation, you know, is actually pointing out in her contract. And so that's part of the contract. So the documents claiming that they don't have to do anything. All they got to do, 1501 doesn't have to do anything, but basically collect their money. And then, and they're saying that the 60-40 split is below industry standards. But I thought everybody was signing a 360 deal. And, promotion and everything else is going to be on 300 Entertainment and Megan to actually promote this stuff. This is what the contract is reading right now. So it says, upon realizing the terms of the contract, Megan, basically feel like she's been exploited in a 360 deal. So she thinks it's a 360 deal. Well, we did a 360 deal where it was a 70-30, Crawford said in response to the Billboard asking him to verify whether the label gets 30% of her tour revenue as well as 30% of her merch revenue. The reason why it was a 70-30 was because we gave up so much. We gave up part of her masters right now, and we gave her a 60-40 split. That's why we got so much on the side. We knew we did some stuff that we did some stuff that people don't do. Call also denies that 40% of Megan promotion is distributed between third party. He denies that. So basically he's saying that the reason why they have that deal, why that is going on in place, because they gave her a lot of upfront money, and they gave her masters too as well, and they gave her money too as well. I think they gave her $15,000. He might have cut some deals with her mother because her mother was her manager too as well. So there might have been a whole lot of things that was based on the deal that Megan signed with Carl Crawford, because her mother was actually her manager and she had the relationship with Carl Crawford and she trusted him. So there could have been a lot of advances that are not being foretold. Gotcha. They say Megan signed a 360 deal with layers. Basically, that's what they're saying. Tina, Carl said her manager is the one who brought Megan to him, and the guy did the contract. Yep. So that's just crazy. But we got some music from her. She's been shaking her ass all over the place. A lot of people saying that they wanted to hear more from her, more lyrical. But, she's just starting out, so she doesn't have an album like that yet. She's getting there. She's not lyrical there. She's doing, like the twerk music, the party music, because she does twerk. In some of her music, there's some not conscious stuff, but maybe there's some things that people can relate to, you know what I mean? But, she's not there at an artist yet where, she's putting out serious music. She's putting out happy, fun, lucky go music because, when you see it, what is she doing? She's happy, fun, and let go type of situation. So, Lord have mercy. I was like, what is going on with this situation? But she got the music out. The music came out. I am tired of the booty shaking. She be shaking that booty. Only thing I do like about the booty shaking, at least, is a real natural booty. She didn't got Botox. She didn't get no cement in her ass. You know what I'm saying? So it's all good. For real. All right. So we've been on for 3 hours. Thank you, my peeps, my peoples. Thank you guys for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for calling, Tia. Thank you for calling in. Thank you, for moderating. Happy Days. Thank you for moderating. A. Thank you, Tati A. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for moderating. Happy Days. I appreciate you. Jacob Bites. Please check out his YouTube channel. Thank you, Tony, for coming through. Please check out Tony Norrison Tony's, YouTube channel. Show him some love. Thank you for calling. Thank you for coming through. Okay. Let's see.
Thank you for moderating. A. Thank you, Kathy A. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for moderating.
I'm in the background, baby. You gotta turn me off. What's going on?
Anyway, put her name up more. I said, because she wants some time, put her name up more.
Hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Missouri.
Hello?
Hey, Missouri, what's going on? It's Mary Jane. Where you calling? What's your name?
Hey.
Hey, what's up? What's good with you?
I'm in the background, baby.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
Hey, what's up?
I want to tell my baby
you gotta take me off speakerphone, sweetheart.
You are so beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Take me off for speakerphone so we can hear you.
Oh my God, she's so beautiful. Hello?
Sweetheart, you gotta take me off speaker.
You gotta take me off speakerphone, sweetheart. Okay. Hold on. Hi, can you hear me now?
Okay, yep, we can hear you.
It's off now.
Okay, so what's up? What's going on?
Hi.
How you doing?
It's off speaker now.
Okay. All right, so what's up? What's going on? What did you think about the episode?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I
Can you hear
turned...
me now?
Okay, let me turn my volume down. Okay.
Yes. Hi.
What's up?
Okay. Yours a little slower than mine. How you doing? I'm fine. Okay. All right. So what's up? What's going on? What did you think about the...
I can still hear myself in the background, sweetheart.
So what it is more slower.
Oh, okay. So I'm
Yours is more slower.
okay. So I'm gonna let you talk. Tell us what you think about the episode.
Okay, yes. No, I didn't watch the show. But honey, I want to say to you, put your name up. TikTok Booker T. Washington.
Oh, okay. So
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Tell us what you think about the episode.
Put your name up, Precious. You're beautiful.
I think you gotta
You're a very beautiful lady.
you gotta turn down your computer or whatever you
I
listen
don't have a computer.
or whatever
It's
you
your
listen
system.
whatever you're listening to me from. You gotta turn it down because there's an
It's
echo.
only your TV.
I think
It's only your show. It's not mine.
okay. So,
Anyway, could you please put a name up?
what name?
Put a name up.
Mary Jane.
I think you gotta turn down your computer or whatever you listen to me from. You gotta turn it down.
Okay.
There's an echo.
Party. Well, you know what? I don't know what's going on. I can barely hear you. I think that there is a delay, but I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you personally. I'm gonna call you personally. Cause we're having problems. I'm gonna call you personally. Is it okay?
I love you, Duhan.
Is it okay if I call you?
You know what? I got a raggedy phone, okay?
It's all right.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
I'm gonna call you. I got your area.
I love you, love.
I'll call you. I love
I
you.
believe it.
Love you and thank you so much.
I know, Precious.
Love you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I appreciate you
Yes,
call.
please.
You call. I'm
Yes, call me.
gonna call you. All right.
Okay, you got my number? You see my number?
Yep. I'll take it down. It says
Yes,
Missouri. I'll call you.
It's all right.
All right. Peace.
I will call you.
Pod. I don't know what. Yeah, the delay. You know, she was telling me there was something wrong with her phone or whatever. But yeah, there's a delay. There's a serious delay, baby. And you know, we was trying to get I was trying to talk to her last week too as well, but you know, we was having some problems. Confusing city. Woo! Call her back. Okay. Look at Levon. Levon is such a sweetheart. I'm gonna see. Let's see if I could do this. Because there might not be an echo when I call. I hope. I don't want to be calling nobody that. Let me see. Is this it? What time is it? Okay, this gotta be it. Let me see. Hopefully it will work. She sounds like she got a sense of humor. Yeah. Last week we tried to. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, I can hear you so much better now. What's going on with you, baby?
Girl, this is not my baby. I'm looking right at her. And she's not saying nothing to me.
Oh, how you doing today? What's going on?
I'm doing fine, girl.
Thank God.
I love my baby.
Oh, you're so
I
sweet.
love my baby.
You're so
I'm
sweet.
looking right at her.
Oh,
I said, look, it's two y'all talking. Okay, anyway, that's my baby. I'm looking right at her right now.
so what do you think about Kenya and Mark?
Hold on. I'm going to tell this down, too. You said what I think about Kenya and Mark?
Yep.
Honey, the newest guy, okay? The newest guy. Something wrong with him, okay? He already had one marriage that lasted for 1 year. Nigga with Kenya. I don't know if she bought that thing or not. And he's not that damn handsome. So what do you think about this? Such a little black man. And what is his business? Nobody knows. I like this. I'm like, really? And I know Bravo fuck the Bravo bullshit. All that shit's fake. But Kenya, poor old lady, she finally had a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I mean, really, Mark. I would have been a kick this motherfucking ass. Are you serious, nigga? Now, I don't know about her. She missed her mama. All that shit's all fake and drama. That's Bravo for you. Okay? Honey, Kenya is fake. Everything's fake. They all got false ass teeth and everything. But like this. Here's my girl. It's Kenya. That bitch about making some money, okay? That's more like me. All about the money. But for the Mark, I mean, who would ever start on a man of Mark White? And I guess he got 100 years old when I get married, baby. It's so crazy. But damn, that thing, we were fighting in that damn motherfucker. We were living together. But you bow down, nigga, to me. And you fuck with the Lord and said, preach. Oh my God, somebody. And I preach. You don't want to preach at all. You don't. That thing ain't even handsome. He's not even tall.
The call dropped. I don't know what happened. The call dropped. This lady's on speakerphone still. The call dropped. I know the feedback. Kenya is from Detroit Finest, and Mark doesn't know how to, appreciate her. No, he doesn't. He does not know how to appreciate her at all. And, I just think that maybe they rushed too fast and they got to see sides of each other that they don't know. Hey, Felicia Butler, how you doing, baby? Yo, the situation's crazy, baby. Lord have mercy. Could you imagine having your relationship on? I know they signed up for it. They get what they get. They get paid good money. But to have your relationship in shambles and it's on national TV and then everybody that can criticize it, dissect it, that's a whole lot too as well. Hopefully that they don't be listening to, what's going on. Yeah, the feedback. I'm just gonna have to. I'll call her. I'm gonna call her back another time because of the feedback. I'm glad you're doing good, Felicia. So the shit's crazy. But we had a good roll. We had a good run tonight. Thank you guys so much, Tony. It is hard for a strong woman to find a man strong enough to handle it. Yes, especially, yeah, that is true. But it's just crazy because all the men that I know that are very strong, very empowering, conscious, and got their shit going on, they would love a woman that got their own shit together too as well, and then help build their empire. And I just think sometimes they find, these men for these reality TV shows, sometimes it's just not a good fit. And even though they're not willing, to pander for the cameras, or they're not willing to, do things as far as be more supportive. Because look at Mike Hill. Mike Hill is good for Cynthia Bailey. He really respects her and he lifts her up the utmost. And then you have, Eva's husband. He's a great guy. He lifts her up too as well. And, Nene Leakes and her husband Greg, they went through their back and forth, but they held it down. They held it together. And it just seems like, maybe Mark should have did some investigation with the show. He married Kenya knowing that she was a reality TV star. He felt negative about Bravo. And I guess he might be upset that she didn't leave the show completely and did not leave that behind and basically cater to his, to him, to be the wife, because, he probably has the understanding where the man takes care of the woman and the child and she's home and doing all that other stuff. But Kenya Moore is not that type of woman. So if he couldn't handle that, he should have never went even further with her. And maybe she said some things that could, help him to understand her life, and then basically they was going to try to work it out, but it just got too hard. It just got too hard for TV. A real man knows how to treat and value a good woman. Amen. Because, if anything, if it was going to be the way it's going to be, and how I know he does not appreciate the way that he's portrayed on TV, or the way that he looks, or the moments they catch of him being upset or mad or basically being dismissive, he should have just said, I can't do it. And then from there, they would have realized what they needed to do with their relationship. Because, it's not a good look for... It's just because, their daughter, when she gets older, she can go back and see these episodes. Tony, the evidence is hard to find a real man. 45, never married, and got... 45 too is a long time. Because basically she was a single woman, her whole life. And, she didn't have to live with anybody or things like that. And it's probably one of the reasons why they're not living together. But it would be... It's a whole lot because she's been single for a long time. And then having a baby. And then, all that is new to her too as well. And then if she doesn't have that support from her husband. And maybe Mark wants Kenya to do something else. And he's not... And she doesn't want to give up her career. Maybe he just wants her to sell her hair care products and not be on TV, because the TV situation seems like that's the most hardest for him. And when it wasn't on TV, their relationship seemed like it was okay, but we don't know what they were going through. Like, did he treat Kenya more like this in the beginning? Or you have Nene and some other people saying that, oh, Kenya's one way with him and another way with us. But like, when you're in a relationship, with somebody, you're one way with them, but when you go to work, you're probably a different person. You're probably doing this, doing that, or whatever, having a good time at work. But if your husband shows up to work, you're probably not going to display the behaviors that you usually display. And it's probably a lot of pressure on him too as well, because he knows he's being, crucified, and he's going to be on a magnifying glass and watch every step that he takes. And he probably feels like he's not good enough. He could actually have the situation where he feels like he's not good enough for her, or, she's just way too much for him, because he's probably not used to someone to have as much success as she has publicly. She has a lot of public success, when it comes from pageants, when it comes from, acting, being on the show, her hair care products, and just basically being a reality TV star and the actress too as well. Real Housewives is how Kenya promotes her hair care products, and she needs to suck it up and don't have to pay the bills. Lord have mercy. Tony, happy days. Take your time and God will send someone special for you. Yes, he will. I'm telling you. They might be right around the corner. You don't never know where you might meet them at. And you got to be ready. Just be ready for love. Just be ready to open up and just be ready to have something different and basically, free yourself. And that's the most important thing, is letting go of the past and being ready and being open to a new, because I'm telling you, they come through. The past will come back up, people that you went to school with, and then, going to, the law library, going to, the caucus, going to like political meetings too as well, neighborhood meetings, councilman meetings too as well, the grocery store sometimes too. I'm telling you. You'll meet them. They'll come along, but you just got to be ready. And when I say be ready, I mean just be ready with an open heart and basically, you step out with your best if you can. Oh, you're so nice, Tony. That's so sweet of you. Okay, I believe she took a pay cut. That's what people say. Right? Thanks, Tony. Felicia, Kenya and Mark have strong personality. That's why they always bump heads. Amen to that. Tony, happy days. Take your time. Yes, happy days. Take your time. You will. You'll meet it. You'll meet the person. So this is crazy. It goes both ways. Amen. It sure does. So thank you guys so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. My peeps, my peoples. Peep Squad is in the building, baby. We're going to the top, to the top, to the top, baby. We want to bring others with us. So please become a part of Notification Squad. Peep Squad, hit that notification bell, baby. Know each and every time I drop a video and tell me what's on your mind. Thank you to everybody that came through. Tia, Tony, J Mac, Lavon, everybody that was here, A that was here too as well, Felicia, Happy Days, Melissa Smith, and J Mac, and Candy Girl, and I got Melissa Smith, and Jacob Bites. Check him out. Check out Tony's YouTube channel. Check out Candy Girl's YouTube channel. Check out the Queen Lovebug's YouTube channel too as well. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. Crystal, thank you for coming through. J Mac again. I'm going down the list. Melissa Smith. Tia, thank you so much for calling in. Tony, thank you. Thank everybody that came through and showed some support, and all the people that was in the bushes. Thank you too as well. Thank you for rocking with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Happy days. I really do love it. And you guys bring joy to me. Hopefully I bring joy to you too as well. I have a good time. I love the conversation. I love us talking. And sometimes I could be in not a funky mood, and I'll click onto YouTube and I'll read a comment, and you guys that have me on the floor laughing. Some of the comments be like crazy when it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta, so I just gotta skip past the comments. I just be like, Lord have mercy. But thank you guys so much, and you guys have a blessed, peaceful week. I'm going to try my best to have that too as well, because there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of drama going on. You know what I mean? When you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you ain't bothering nobody, you ain't hurting nobody, you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing in your life, and you're living your life the way that you're supposed to live it, and the way that you believe that you live it. But there's always some people that always try to come in and do shit to you and try to mess up your living space. It's like when you try to be peaceful, mind your business, and do what you're supposed to do, the floodgates open. And listen, when the floodgates open on me, I can stop. I'll suck up all that water, and that's what I'm going through. So yes, I'm going through my trials and tribulations just like everybody else is. But let me tell you, I will win and I will be prosperous. So all the negativity and all the chaos that's trying to be brought up and go on, it ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna win. I'm always gonna win. Just to let all the negativity, I gotta put it out there in the universe, put it out there that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You will always be untouchable, and you will never be defeated, because let me tell you, life could bring you so many different situations that will try to come in and cut you down, and baby, you ain't caught in nothing. You ain't caught in a damn thing. So just stay up, stay positive, stay black, and stay woke. And sometimes the chaos and things that could be brought to you is because of who you are and the color of your skin. Because I'm dealing with a lot of racist in my neighborhood because I'm a black woman, you know, with my family, and I live, you know, on the block, and I'm the only black person on the block with a house, and it's just the hate is real. When I say it's real, baby, it is real. For real, for real. The hate is real. So thank you guys so much for coming through. I really do appreciate it. New Jersey's in the house, baby. Yes, sir. And New Jersey's in the house, no doubt. Love and support from Mississippi. Thank you, Felicia, from Mississippi. I was born in Jackson, Mississippi. I'm from the South, but I've been living up north for, you know, many years. So thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. Stand strong, and don't let anything defeat you. Don't let anything come and try to take what you have built and what you have. Don't let, you know, the negativity come in and try to sway you to be a different person. Be yourself. But if you got to switch up and you got to play dirty, baby, you got to do what you do to play dirty, because, you know, it is what it is. But stay positive, stay black, stay woke, and know sometimes that negativity come your way just because you're surrounded by, you know, positivity, and people want to change what you got. They want what you got. You know, never show your plate to a motherfucker that's hungry. And I'm feeling that way because it's a lot of hate out here, and people be thinking, oh, racism is over, oh, this and that, and take a breath. I know. I was feeling this. I started thinking about the situation. Oh, I got these from like the $5 store. I think they only cost like $3. I don't know which $5 store I went to and got it. I am from. Oh, you are Hattiesburg. Oh, for real, for real. I was in Tupelo, Jackson, and Canton, Mississippi. Oh shit, you from the South, baby? I gotta come to your house and eat. You know, I haven't had like the Mississippi barbecues. It's been so long since I've been to a Mississippi barbecue. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Thank you, Tia. Stay up, stay positive, and stay strong no matter what. Don't let anybody defeat you. As long as you can still breathe, you can still move, you still got your mind, you can win any situation, you can be prosperous, and you can always come on top. Always believe that you will be on top, because there's no way I'm going to the bottom. I done been to the bottom, and ain't no way I'm going back there. For real, for real. Thank you guys so much. Peace and love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep Squad, we in the building. We going to the top, and we ain't gonna let nobody take nothing from us. We gonna stand up and stand tall, and we gonna use our brains, our mind. If we gotta use our hands, it will happen, baby. But I just like to use this more than anything. My mind. Maybe I need to be in the South. I'm thinking I need to be in the South. Shit. I'm getting crucified. Thank you guys. Much love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peace. I'm out. Have a prosper, blessed week. And watch your back, watch your front, and watch your side. And just stay woke. Stay woke. Thank you, Levon. Thank you, Tia. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, everybody. Levon, Melissa Smith. Thank you, guys. Felicia Butler. You guys done been hanging in here. You came through. And, you know, it just been love. Thank you, guys. Peace.